Hey guys, it's Ryan, Happy Healthy Vegan. Friday night live stream, approximately 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, our usual weekly normal time for the Friday live streams. I want to say hello to some of our Florida viewers, like Fu Man Poo. How are you doing? I know you weren't in the brunt of the eye of Hurricane Ian, but I thought Hurricane rocked Florida pretty thoroughly, so I hope you're doing great. I was in touch with fellow channel member, Happy Fam, Graven Babies on Twitter, making sure she was safe out there. She was showing how she was doing all right, but I hope you're doing good there. Yes, I am still a cult master, and I hope all my fellow cult members are doing well, especially the ones that are in the path or were in the path of Hurricane Ian. That just like one of the worst hurricanes. I don't live in the Gulf Coast area, obviously, but I've been watching this stuff on the news since I was a kid. And this looks like, in the top 5 or so. It looked pretty horrible. Yeah, Sarah, how you doing there, Sarah? I agree with you. I repeat your sentiments there. I hope all Floridians are safe, but unfortunately I saw already several dozen people reported dead and hundreds, if not thousands of more people still unaccounted for. And I just seen towns just completely almost obliterated, like Fort Myers. I mean, that looked like it was just a complete disaster area, wiped off the map. So yeah, big tragedy out in your guys' area, and my thoughts been with you guys all week. So hopefully you guys are doing fine. Yeah, Foo. So yeah, Ian is a nightmare for many Floridians. So it sounded like it wasn't a terrible nightmare for you. I remember you said you bought a bunch of supplies to stay ready and safe, and you were kind of lamenting, you're going to have to eat a bunch of crappy food because it wasn't going to hit you. But I guess that's a good problem to have, all things considered. So anyway, guys, good to see you all. Good to see you on the Friday live streams here. I'm a little tired today. I got kind of weird sleep last night for a bunch of strange reasons, but I'm all right. I'll make it through tonight. Just if I seem a little chill tonight, it's not because I'm deteriorating or all those dumb words that anti-vegans use. Even meat eaters can get some poor rest, poor sleep sometimes. It happens to everyone. So anyway, Fu Man Poo, you talked to a guy from Fort Myers today. So what did he say? I'm sure it's not a good account. Yeah, he said it was like Hiroshima. Yeah, that's what it looked like on what I've seen the images in the news. That just, it looks like a complete just wipeout. Like the town's kind of gone. Yeah, it sounds like you guys got lucky, food found out in the Keys, right? That's where you're at. Yeah, it sounds like the worst area was the West Coast and of Florida, and particularly a certain section of the West Coast. Hey, Mary. Yeah, hi, Ryan. Yes, I am praying for all our friends in Florida too. So sad. Let's see what else you guys talking about there. Hey, Hutchie. Hey, veganpantry.com. How is it going, y'all? So, hopefully you guys saw my video a couple days ago if you weren't dealing with a Florida, Hurricane Ian in Florida. Yeah, my video of Neil deGrasse Tyson. Hopefully you guys saw that. That was a fun one to make. I mean, he said so many just ridiculous things about veganism and just non-scientific stuff. It was just way too easy to make, and it needed to be made. Hopefully word will get back to him. Hey, Wesker, hopefully word will get back to him that a philosopher vegan saw what Neil deGrasse Tyson said on what's his name, Stephen Colbert's show, and responded philosophically. Yeah, so we've been talking about our Florida friends. Yeah, Fu Man's fine. Graven Babies, last time I checked, was fine. When I chatted with her or messaged her on Twitter. Don't see her tonight, so maybe, things are not, maybe there's no internet. Who knows, Anyway, Johnny, thankfully, your family was safe back at home in Florida. We were supposed to get the rain, which was supposed to be pretty bad here in Fort Gordon. That part of Florida from Fort Lauderdale didn't get it bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're lucky enough to not be in the Fort Myers area, if I understand, inland was getting just a foot of rain, just incredible, a foot or two, just and then I hear now that rivers and streams are rising, so it's not even close to being done in some areas. Mental, was Neil deGrasse Tyson being serious? Well, I think he was trying to be comedic with his presentation on the Stephen Colbert show, but I don't think he was trying to just purely be a comedian. I mean, he's a science educator. That's what he's supposed to do. I think he sincerely thought he was teaching science there, but while simultaneously being funny. And I think he failed at both. What science did we learn? None. He didn't speak any science, at least not in that segment. So anyway, yeah, good. There's a lot of things we can speculate what was going on in deGrasse Tyson's head, but it just, whatever it was a fail. Maybe he's just so full of himself. That's what I think. I think a lot of times these people, the celebrity types, as they get more fame and get older, and you don't even have to be a big celebrity. You can just be a vegan YouTuber. You know, I'm not going to mention any names, but you know, after a while, you keep doing it, and people just keep kissing your butt, and you think your poops doesn't stink anymore. I'm not going to mention any names, but you can take your guesses. But yeah, it happens in life. People just think they're all powerful and all knowing, and that's, I think, Neil deGrasse Tyson's problem that we were all seeing in that Stephen Colbert what's the word I'm looking for? Not episode. It was an episode, but appearance. Anyway. Hey, Groovy Lisa, how is it going? Yeah, we were all kind of shocked by how horrible Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, I was mildly shocked because I did make a video about him before, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and he's saying some stupid things. But this is like whole next level. I mean, wow, just like flinging poops one after another at Stephen Colbert, basically. Hey, Ace, ever get in a fight on the basketball court? How can you come every week and ask? I say, no, I am the peacemaker on the basketball court. Whenever I see a fight flaring up, I just go and try to use my size to break the parties up and just remind them, hey bros, this is LA Fitness, you know, it's not important, it's not worth it, just stop it, this is ridiculous, you know. So I try to play the role of a peacemaker on the basketball court, because when you get down to it, you know, it's either a playground or LA Fitness. It's just really stupid to get in a fight there over something dumb. Yeah, Johnny, yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson has no training in any of the things he was talking about, you know, like plant biology. I mean, he maybe had a biology course in his first year of college or something like that, but that's not his specialty. He definitely doesn't seem to have any training in philosophy, but I guess he has some training in acting. He was trying to act like he was some kind of comedian. Hey, Fallon Marie. Yeah, I don't know if Neil thinks he's educating on veganism. He said he's trying to make us like challenge the way we look at things. Like, yeah, Neil, because your humane mousetrap example and how a mouse might get eaten by an owl if I were to release it from a humane mousetrap doesn't change my perspective of veganism one iota. It just further reinforces my observation about how so many people from all levels of education just suffer horribly from just messed up misconceptions about what veganism is. Hey there, Ono Antonio. BBB, you're mad at Neil for not believing in flat Earth? Hey, discuss that with him or any kind of like, you know, NASA type scientist or astrophysicist or astronomer. I have no energy to try to go through and discuss flat Earth versus non-flat Earth. This is not a flat Earth debate channel. So if you want to get in that one, take that up with a science channel. What's that, Johnny? Speaking of fights, back in the day in the military, if you had a problem with someone, you'd fight them. Heard of an enlisted person and a higher officer fight each other because they had a problem. Back in the day is the key phrase there, right, Johnny? I can't imagine in today's world that seemingly like ancient barbaric kind of practice there not really working as well. Let me know if that's long gone. But it does, I believe it. It sounds like something that probably, you know, that was more normal at a certain point. He spins you round like a record, Fu Man. Yeah, maybe spinning our brains around, huh? Wow, an instructor here said he used to fight his platoon sergeant twice a week. So I guess you better be pretty good at fighting, huh? If you're going to be a platoon sergeant. Let's see, what's that? Veganese, dear non-vegans, sunshine does not cease to warm you whether you understand its existence or not. Facts of nature are immutable, whether you know them or believe them or not. What's that mental 1231? Not just to drop names of logical fallacies, but I called him out on at least one there, the nirvana or appeal to futility fallacy. He has a few other names. I mean, there's kind of a family of fallacies. But anyway, what are you calling him out there? He's engaged in quite a few. Slippery slope, yeah, non sequiturs. I mean, does being kind really entail that we have to end predation overall? Let's see, Wesker, your family is acting like they can't be around you when there's food involved, which is always, and I have not said anything about veganism for years now. I mean, why? I mean, as long as you're eating food and you're not like saying, hey, your dinner is covered in, or is all cruelty or whatever, something. You're not bugging them. Maybe they just have in the back of their mind, oh, he's judging me right now. I think he's judging me in the back of my mind. I don't know what's going on. You should just have a chat with your family and say, hey, I sense that you guys, might be a little sensitive around me when we're all eating or something like that. But say, fear not. I'm a human. I need to eat. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to be a family member and be cool. So worry not. Maybe you want to just bring it up, get it out there in the open. If no one really wants to discuss it, just let them, just get it out there and hope you guys can work it out. Yeah, judging her. I see. Yeah, your aunt thinks you just let your aunt and everyone know, I'm not judging you guys. You guys might have this fear or suspicion that I'm judging you guys, but I just tell them I'm not. I just want to see my family and be cool with you guys. So if you guys can just get over that, let's move on. Yeah, people make a much bigger deal out of it often, huh? Totally true. Galaxy Vegan, yeah, deGrasse Tyson advocated making mice as pets in basements. Oh, he's advocating that basically people, if they're good people, should let the mice live in their basements. In fact, I think he seemed to be suggesting if you're vegan, that should be like your job. You should make your basement a mice sanctuary so that they can live out their entire full lifespans without owls and woodland predators immediately stomping on them. Cool, Wesker. Hope you like that advice, and let me know if that you think that's something you can do, because I think often it's just good to just get it out there, so no one's tripping. Hey, Diana Bananas, plant-based eating. Let's see, John, you were a vegetarian in the past. It's hard to go back. Why is it hard to go back? You miss being vegetarian. I think I lost your comment there. Did you just delete it? I think you just deleted it. I was just reading a comment and it disappeared on my ass. Oh well. Hey, Uncle. Good to see you, Uncle. Besides Streamlabs, you're our first moderator on right now. A new study from Wall Hub shows that Los Angeles is ranked the third most vegetarian, vegan-friendly city in the nation. Yeah, I've seen different publications and types try to rank, they not try, put out their own rankings of vegan-friendly cities. And I was surprised that LA is not ranked higher. So yeah, third's good. The whole Southern California area is super vegan-friendly. I think even more so than Northern California, strangely enough. But yeah, Southern California, super slam dunk down here. John, problem with the iPad? Oh, sorry to hear that. Flat earther. I was reading from an epidemiologist that the most recent, I think it's talking about the covalent COVID booster, was actually, it's been tested on several thousand humans. It's in phase 2. I guess they can't say it's completely tested because they haven't finished phase 3, but yeah, so it's not completely, it's like a flu. Even if it wasn't ever tested on humans, I mean, it's analogous to a flu vaccine. They don't retest it on, trials every year. They know what it is. They update it to match the current, evolution of where the new latest flu viruses are, or where they think they're heading towards. So it's kind of the same thing. But anyway, yeah, whatever you want to bring up here. I'm trying to read between the lines. Like, what is your point, flat earther, besides having a flat earth name? Are you trying to say something good or bad, anti-vax? Like, what is your point? I'm going, why even say that in the first place? I'm just kind of curious. Why are you even saying that in the first place? Wow, Johnny, that sounds scary. The army could really just make you exercise so much that you just physically have no more and you just pass out. Wow. Hello, Samuel. You're without electricity due to Hurricane Ian, right? Are you in Florida? Or I heard it was slamming into, was it North or South Carolina now? It had just turned into a tropical storm, fortunately, downgraded from a hurricane. Man, so sorry. Yeah, watch whatever little you can. Just, I understand. I know we're missing more than one Florida viewer today due to Hurricane Ian. No surprise. Take care of what you got here. You guys are suffering through a major just weather and human tragedy there. So yeah, don't mind us tonight. I'm gonna hold the fort down. I'll defend the honor of veganism. I will prevent veganism from getting debunked. You're in Central Florida. Yeah, I guess you're getting a lot of the rain there, right? I know. I was reading how, like Fort Myers totally like devastated, but further inland, there's a ton of rain. I heard that rivers and streams and such, or I don't know if you have rivers there, but whatever, waterways are rising. It's not over yet. Well, flat earthers. So, what is your point though? Why even? I know this. So, what is the point? And therefore, what? Why are you telling us about the 8 mice that a COVID booster was tested on? What? Therefore, like, give me the money. What are you trying to say? Like, why? I know you're not just saying this to like spout random facts, right? You're trying to make a point. So just give it to us. Why beat around the bush, as they say? Yes, but stay safe, Samuel. I echo Vegan Wesker's point comment there. What's that, Fu Man Poo? Good for you. You protested animal testing? Yeah. Nukes and vivisection in the early 80s in SoCal. Yeah, probably in the punk scene, right? They were very early adopters of taking on those causes. Well, Uncle's got more vegan news for us. Vegan food brand Wicked Kitchen just secured $20 million in a new funding round with a little help from Woody Harrelson. Whoa, that's cool. Awesome. Yeah, Woody being the vegan entrepreneur there. Johnny V, my take on water fast. Like, no. Why? My take is no. No water fast. Too many of these people who, vegan wrecked my health. That's why I'm making this video. Why I'm no longer vegan. Way too many of them did extreme things like water fasting. Nowhere in I don't see any health organizations that tell you how to have a balanced, sensible vegan diet. None of them say, and you also from time to time should do some kind of water fast. That's just something that people that think that veganism is more than an ethical stance against animal cruelty, and instead believe it to have something to do with being super healthy, optimal human health, and weird things like that. Not weird, but just things that are not part of what veganism is. Yeah, you can be a healthy vegan if you want, but nowhere in the definition of veganism to say you have to do a water fast. Furthermore, like I said, none of these health organizations say, yeah, you should water fast when you're doing a vegan diet. So I'm not a huge fan of water fasting, but if you want to do it, I'm not here to stop you. I'm not gonna say no vegan should ever water fast. You can do what you want. I'm not a fascist, unlike some vegans who I've recently, unlike some other vegan YouTubers who I've banned in the recent past few days, who are more fascist in their views and expect every other vegan to do exactly as they say or do. And if you don't follow what he says, you're some kind of like loser vegan. I'm not a fascist authoritarian vegan. You do what you want. I'm just giving you my personal opinion on how I see water fast and why I see no reason to do one. But yeah, again, you can do one. And if you're a vegan that's done water fast and they do something good for you, cool. I'm not here to say you're bad. I'm not going to make a video about you. I'm not going to call you a 4-letter word. Fu Manpu, between all that and smoking enough weed to kill several reggae bands, you burned out. Tignall, what do I look like? An anthropologist? I have no idea, man. Do you have an idea? Are you an anthropologist? Just curious. Sarah, yeah, see if you fast, that's totally cool. If Sarah does fasting, my fasting has nothing to do with veganism, though. It's just your thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you like fasting, I'm not here to stop you. I just, again, reiterate why I personally don't do it and why I don't, and how I don't see any vegan health organizations recommending it. But again, if you want to do it, you can do it. I, unlike other vegan YouTubers who I have blocked from ever commenting here again, I'm not a fascist authoritarian vegan. You do what you want. Just don't exploit and harm, or don't exploit it, and maybe don't be cruel to animals. Yeah, Dan, I've been honest. Yeah, fasting is more of a health thing. It really has nothing to do with ethically treatment of animals. It has nothing to do with that. But again, if you like it, if it makes something work better inside of you, either mentally or physically, I'm not here to stop that. I'm not here to take anything that's making your life better away from you just because I don't do it. I'm not a fascist authoritarian vegan. Oh man, you saw Fear. Awesome, Fu Man. Yeah, I don't care about you. Right? That's Fear, right? Stage dive, crowd parted, landing on your head explains a lot. Wow. That sounds horrible. Let's see, who have I been missing here? Yeah, smash that like button. It's your vegan cult duty. Hey, Dr. Bear, how you doing? Let's see, all the cult members are slowly gathering here this evening. Let's see. Okay, Johnny, thanks for clarifying that they'll work you out till you pass out, but not to the point where it endangers like the unit, the combat unit or anything like that. Yeah, it was that band Fear. Awesome. Yeah, I never saw them. I only really know them from Decline of the Western Civilization, which I saw back in the 1980s. I know it's out now again on I think Amazon or Netflix, something like that. I want to see it again. I should watch it sometime. I want to see them and Darby Crash. It's pretty cool. If you guys have never seen Decline of the Western Civilization, it's a time capsule into early punk rock from the 80s, and it's pretty cool. Top view play, you can't do it, not cool? What's that? Who cannot do what? And how is that not cool? Such a cryptic comment there. Let's see, Ticknall. Yeah, I was interested in anthropology. That's why I was asking if I didn't if I wasn't already so pot committed with my credits into philosophy, I would have considered seriously studying anthropology. So your theory is that human evolution has some impact on what our nutritional needs really are? Interesting hypothesis. Yeah, maybe so. Who knows? It sounds like a interesting hypothesis. Let's see, fog dieting. You've become vegan because of water fasting. Whoa. Was fasting, then found about True North Clinic. Yeah, that's what I should have mentioned that too, about water fasting. Thanks for bringing up True North fog dieting. What I'm not too keen on is people just really not knowing what they're doing, like Tim Sheaf and stuff like that, doing water fasting for 35 days and endangering their health, not being monitored in any way. When you have a facility like True North there, fog dieting, yeah, you have medical doctors around you and technicians monitoring your vitals on a daily basis so they can make adjustments or just call off the fast if they see things that are not right or even alarming to them, which is not going to happen in say the case of Tim Sheaf doing it for 35 days and just withering away and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of dangerous. We've seen people who have gotten people died from fasting. What's his name? That guy that was a Woodstock Fruit Festival presenter. what's his name? I made a video about him. He lived in Australia in the north. He left his wife so he could eat more durian. What's his name? But anyway, but he was like getting so hardcore with his water fasting, he ended up killing himself unintentionally because he thought water fasting is not good enough. I'm not gonna have water during my fast, and he offed himself unintentionally. Robert Lockhart, I think. Information. Hey, what are you doing, Siri? I didn't ask you, Jack. Yeah, Robert Lockhart. I'm not to speak bad of the dead or anything like that. But yeah, he ended up unintentionally killing himself through too much fasting and doing extreme experimental fasts that were lacking even in water. Like water is so impure, he couldn't purify himself, so he had to. I'm making fun. I'm just saying it can be taken too far. I don't think people like Sarah and Fa Dieting were taking it too far. You guys are here, you're vegan still, right? But I'm saying, yeah, just make sure you know what you're doing if you're going down that road, because things can go badly. Hey, Han Solo's cousin, thanks for showing up, and thanks for the super chat tip there. Hey, just got done recording your YouTube video. Haha, awesome. Let us know what the topic is. What are you talking about in your latest YouTube video? We want to know. And I'm doing pretty good, Han Solo's cousin. Thanks again for that super chat tip. Kind of tired, like I explained a little bit at the beginning. Got some weird sleep last night. No fault of being vegan. It happens, weird things can happen to anyone. So a little chill, a little mellow. Hopefully that'll keep me more calm and relaxed tonight. And my whole day was thrown off. I didn't go to the gym today. I went yesterday. Just kind of a weird crap this week. Whatever happened to Tim Sheaf? Is that who you're talking about? He just went off the deep end, being totally anti-vegan, just saying the same nonsense you hear from anti-vegans once it was convenient to say that sort of stuff. Anyway, yeah, bad sleep, veganism debunked. You got that right, Sarah. Someone's gonna watch a video. Ryan said he got bad sleep for one night. It's because he's vegan. Veganism debunked. Someone's gonna make. Are you watching, VD? Hey, if VD's watching, I gotta give her a good thumbnail. Let's see. How's something like this? This too cute. Something like this. How about like this? She wants to have me like I'm really having bad sleep. How's this? How's that? How's like a bad sleep thumbnail? Because otherwise she's just gonna hit pause at a random point. Like, I had bad sleep last night, and she'll get me like. So just give her a good. All right, VD, you got that? You watching? Get that thumbnail. Make a video about how veganism's debunked because I had bad sleep one Thursday night. You're a little sick. Oh no. Oh, Han Solo's cousin. Hope you're okay. Hope you're doing good there, Han Solo's cousin. Hope it's not COVID or anything. Just a little cold or no worse than that, hopefully. Flat earther, how do I get to 500 pounds? What are you talking about? How do you become 500? How do you have 500 pounds of body weight? Well, I don't. What are you asking me for? Wow, Tim Sheaf. I didn't. Is this true veganese? I have no idea. I'm just reading your comment here. I didn't know he was struggling with his sexuality more than anything. Like, what have you heard? I don't want to turn this into a rumors channel. Hey, Graven Babies. Hey, good to see you. We were just talking to Fu Man Poo, who lives in the Florida Keys, and I was mentioning how, yeah, not all our Florida videos. Samuel is in Central Florida, and he's not able to really watch tonight because he says he has no electricity. So I'm glad you're here, Graven Babies, and let us know how you're doing. If you have electricity, if where you live at is more or less okay. Yeah, we know. Yeah, Fort Myers and areas around there just devastated. In fact, Fu was telling us about someone who lived in Fort Myers and described it like a site of a nuclear blast. So hopefully you're doing good there, Graven. Yeah, I assume you are because last time I chatted with you on Twitter, it sounded like you were weathering the storm all right there. Uncle, have you ever looked at the life extension advocates? Are you talking about Dirk and Nancy? Those guys? Or I was thinking of their product. Are you just talking about people who advocate for extending life? There's a whole school of thought of people who think we can become kind of immortal, like Ray Kurzweil and the people he cites. Are you talking about stuff like that? Those kind of people? Or do you have anything specific there, Uncle? Yeah, that's a whole big can of worms there. I guess I haven't because, I don't really care. Again, I'm not like a fascist authoritarian vegan here. Like I said, compared to other vegan YouTubers who I've banned recently. If someone wants to pursue life extension stuff, as long as they're not advocating harming animals, hell, if they're doing a vegan way, more power to them. But I'm not here to knock it. I mean, if it makes you feel like you're doing something cool, go for it. Let's see. So Graven Babies, you lost a few fence panels. Well, that's not too bad. Your brother still has no power in Central Florida. I heard, in inland, you guys are getting hit with a lot of rain and rising like streams, creeks, or rivers or something like that. So hopefully, the worst is over, but in some places I heard it's not, just because of like all the water's got to go somewhere, and the watersheds, the waterways, are already at capacity, so there could be some more days of trouble. Hope not. I sure hope not, because it sounds like Florida's got enough trouble already. If it just could end now, it would be so much better. Oh, I love you, and Angie loves you too, Han Solo's cousin. I love you, Ryan. Thanks for everything you do. And we truly appreciate what you're doing there, Han Solo's cousin. Reaching out to your friends and your age group and getting them to go vegan and doing activist work, protesting exploitative companies or practices. I mean, that's good to know that there is some hope for our future, So thank you, Han Solo's cousin, and I thank you. Let's see. Let's see, Johnny, you're talking about your military fighting people there. Well, they could mess you really bad if they wanted to. Just don't mess up, that's all. Sounds like a tough existence in the military. Hopefully you're doing well there, Johnny. Sounds like you are. Sounds like you have the skills, to both mental and physical, to survive and hopefully thrive in such a situation and environment. Oh, I'm glad you appreciate that, Han Solo's cousin, because I'm sincere when I say that. Let's see. Veganese, are you sure? Is this street rumor? Has anyone else heard this? Not say I don't trust you. I just like to verify or confirm from multiple sources. Tim Sheaf came out as gay or bisexual, because I know that he had some kind of I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to use any bad words, but we had a friend who was 17. She just barely turned 18. And he flew out here, not specifically for her, but he was doing some other business. But he had sex with her like a few days into her 18th and just left her. Just didn't ever call her back, treat her like crap after that, So I guess, I'm not saying that defines his sexuality as not gay, but I was wondering if did he come out as bisexual or something like that? Because, he was very into young pretty girls at that particular time. And yeah, anyway, let's see. Russ Lockwood. No, I don't have any great advice for someone trying to advocate the dating world as a vegan. I've been locked down and married, since before dating apps and stuff like that ever got invented. So I really don't have anything to say for you. Difficult finding vegans at times and difficult broaching the subjects with potential partners. See if any of you guys out there have some advice for Russ, because I have nothing to say. I've never used a dating app. Ever since I've been vegan, I've never even tried to date or anything like that. I've been married the whole time. So yeah, I have zero words of wisdom. Let's see, Graven Babies, you live by a lake and you were worried about gators getting in your yard. No joke, being serious. Hey, I saw that viral video of a shark that was inland a little bit. It wasn't in the ocean, let's say. I don't know if it was a few yards inland or a mile. I don't know. But, yeah, things are so wild out there right now as far as like, how the environment's changed and morphed. Yeah, that's, yeah. So Johnny, that's cool to know. If you're in training, you can't be touched really. That's a good thing to know. Use that if you have to. But honestly, the Army isn't that hard or that bad, to be honest. It's all mental, to be honest. Okay, cool. See, I knew you had like I said, the mental and physical constitution to not only survive but even possibly thrive. Dr. Bear, yeah, I'm not making anything up here. I'm not saying what I said about Tim and my friend who barely, I haven't talked to her in many years, but she was a pretty good friend at the time, and she had no reason to lie like that. I mean, she was like calling us up like afterwards, so bummed how he wouldn't really talk to her anymore or anything, like just like totally pump and dump. I told you, she's barely turned 18, and I gave him crap for a long time after that, he turned into a piece of crap person for me after that. I wouldn't talk to him anymore. I wouldn't make any more videos about him until I'm no longer vegan, stuff. But yeah, treating young women like that is unacceptable. He's totally flirting with her, pretending like he's her boyfriend, sending like pretty kind of almost naughty photos of himself to her. Like you could see him like in he I guess got out of the shower or bath, something like that. He had a towel wrapped around his waist. That's all he's wearing. And the towel was kind of low. You could see some of it. She called it his doodle, It's like, that shows you how young and sweet and innocent she was. She called it a doodle, But again, I'm not making this up. This is 100% true fact, and, I'm not going to mention her name, but this, seriously, I don't lie. I don't make crap up like that. This is an honest story. An honest thing that really happened to her. I remember, it happened right around the time of, Coachella, when the band Ride was playing, so we could look up what year that was, because I remember I was watching that the Coachella of that year on YouTube, and I remember one day we went out to visit her. She was house sitting for a friend of a friend in the South Bay. I'll just leave it like that, Redondo, Torrance, Manhattan Beach, something in that area. We're just out there hanging out with her because she was so bummed and so pissed and depressed. So Angie and I just drove out there and spent the whole day with her, trying to cheer her up and, and just make her feel as good as she could, because she was really bummed and hurt. So anyway, enough bagging on Tim for his, less than whatever, virtuous lifestyle, as far as how he treated my friend. Anyway, let's move on here. Hey, Han Solo's cousin, I see your super chat tips there. I agree. Go vegan. If you're only vegan curious, I'm glad you got anyone might out there might be watching, but yeah, go vegan. That's what we show, how simple and easy and not weird it is. Animal products have been associated, as you said, a leading cause of cancer. They're definitely correlated with increased rates of certain kinds of cancer. And you feel bad for her. Well, yeah, she's over it, I think, and she's a healthy adult now. But it just sucked that someone she kind of looked up to and thought of like, almost like a superstar, a celebrity, an idol, or something like that, turned out to be such a sleaze bag. Oh, Dr. Bear, that was kind of us to go and try to help her feel better. That's why you and Angie are your favorite cult leaders. Well, thank you there, Dr. Bear. Yeah, we couldn't just let her just sit there and be all depressed and bummed. And we felt kind of bad because she ended up meeting him strangely at one of our Fruit Looks. I'll just leave it at that. So we felt kind of responsible. We never said, hey, meet here, shake hands, now you guys know each other. So it wasn't like that, but we felt kind of responsible that we were in the chain of how she got to know him. Uncle, have I heard from AJ Vintage? Not yet today. Oh, wait, AJ. Hey, AJ's here. Hey, AJ Vintage. Aloha. How you doing, AJ Vintage? How's it going? Speaking of aloha, anyone here live in Hawaii by any chance? Just curious. Don't worry, I don't want to come and crash on your couch or anything. I'm just curious if anyone here lives in Hawaii. Because I was thinking about, where I might live in 5-6 years or so. And yeah, Sayulita San Pancho on the west coast of Mexico near Puerto Vallarta is high on my list. And recently did some more researching or exploring online and on TV, and the island of Kauai, the Garden Isle, which I visited a long time ago when I was a kid with my parents, I found is actually more affordable than I thought. So maybe there too. See if anyone lives in Kauai by any chance. It's a vegan AIDS. Okay, so maybe I got that wrong. Okay, about Tim Sheaf coming out as gay or struggling or something like that with his sexuality. Updated website on him lists him as straight. I apologize. It must have been an internet rumor. My bad. Nothing wrong. Yeah, nothing wrong with being gay. I just found that kind of weird since he was so into my very young female friend, and then he went not vegan. It's like a couple years after that, just kind of a quick change. He was really, really into her. Anyway. Really into it for a day, or two, and that's it. Oh, thanks, Han Solo's cousin. All hail cult leader Ryan. All hail me. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I believe Hawaii is for Hawaiians. Yeah, Hawaii is full, but I'm still may end up moving at some point. Like I said, we'll see if it's really, it's a question. Am I gonna leave the United States if it becomes some kind of like religious theocracy? I'm bailing. And if it doesn't, I'll stick around, either maybe a different part of California, or maybe like I said, the Garden Isle of Kauai. Oh, it's okay, John. Just seeing if anyone here might have, by any chance, hey, I live on Kauai. Yeah, I can tell you all about it. Just curious on that long shot. Like, one of you guys lived on Kauai and I had no idea all this time. I was just curious. Yeah, my homie's okay. But I've lived here, since 2000. So that's what's going on, like 22. This next year will be 23 years. I feel like it's cool. Like I could live somewhere way worse than here, but I feel like I'm ready to go on, live somewhere else. I'm ready to move on. 23 years. It's a long time. So by the time I'm out of here, I'll have been here like a quarter of a century. I think I have enough justification there to go somewhere else. That's a long time to spend in one city, in one place. I'm ready to get a different perspective, a different place. Yeah, Sayulita area. That's what I'm thinking of. The Sayulita area of Mexico. I've always been interested in living in Mexico. Angie knows that. When she met me, I was all back then talking about moving to Mexico. So I guess I haven't changed that much. Now I just have a different area. Back then I wanted to move to certain districts in Mexico City. Now it's like, I want to live on the Pacific coast. Oh, Bill, you lived on Maui. Hey, just let me know, what didn't you like about Maui? Yeah, Maui's the only Hawaiian island that Angie's been to. I took her there for her 50th birthday 4 years ago. Yeah. Hey, Han Solo's cousin, thanks again for the super chat tip. Gordon is a creep. We're talking about Gordon Ramsay, right? Chef Gordon Ramsay. I can't disagree with you on that one. Yeah. What kind of adult? Really, an adult. Talks to an animal like, hey, I can't wait to eat you. Like what? Like, why? Like, anyway. Uncle, you've been in your place a long time too, huh? I'll trade with you, Uncle. You want to trade Long Beach for your spot? Well, that'll be a whole new perspective for us. I'm not joking. I'll trade with you, Uncle. You can check out hip Long Beach here, and I'd love to live right in your neck of the woods there and get some nice cool breeze and different vibe there. I just need a different vibe, So I'm going, yeah, maybe I'll just do something big, another country or another state. Okay, you got island fever. It felt too cramped. And you were cooking at the Hard Rock Cafe, and that sucked. Oh, man. Okay, I can feel your pain there, Bill. But yeah, I was wondering if island fever would become a factor. I don't know. I've never lived on an island or anything before, I kind of stayed put. I don't really travel too far and too often, so I might be able to hack it. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to see. Yes, Han Solo's cousin. Thanks again for the super chat tip. You don't have to keep doing that if you don't want to. That's cool. I'll see your comments. But yes, if you want to keep doing it, it's all up to you and your mom. I just don't want to get you in trouble or anything like that. But yes, anyone can be vegan. Yeah, if anyone says they can't be vegan, ask them why. And there's a 99.9999999% chance their answer about why they can't be vegan is just complete malarkey. It just, I've heard so many reasons why a person can't be vegan. Because of their blood type, no such thing. Because of their ethnicity, no such thing. Or, yeah, my heritage. Like, whose heritage doesn't have, like animal products in their meals? It's just like, there's so many ridiculous things people say. Oh, AJ, I didn't realize you're in Florida too. But I noticed a lot of our Florida viewers are were coming on late. Even though Fu Man Poo was here like right on time or before me even. I didn't know you're in Florida, AJ. Oh my goodness. I must have missed what you're saying here. What is Let's see. Your Florida house just lost the carport roof. Wow, let us know more if I missed anything there, AJ. I didn't know you were in Florida. Or you said your Florida house. Do you have multiple houses? Oh, you're in New York. I see now. I just scrolled up. You're in New York, and your house only lost its carport roof. Okay, that's, I guess, you did pretty well there considering. I'm not sure how close you were to, like, say, Fort Myers. But sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm with Robert Burr there, yeah. Could have been way worse. But that sucks to lose anything. I just, had some fence posts or fence bits break off. The city actually messed them up, and it was a pain in the butt to repair. It's more hassle and money. Fortunately, the city reimbursed me for it because it was their fault. Fu Man, you lost your porch to Hurricane Wilma back in 2005. Wow. Tignal, no, I didn't suggest that Hawaii is not part of the United States. I'm suggesting Mexico is not part of the United States. Like I said, depending on how things play out in the future, I may stay in my home state, I may move to another state, or I may move out of the country, and that would be Mexico. Of course Hawaii's a state. I mean, you must have not been listening. Han Solo's cousin, yes, stay in touch. If you guys are coming back out to California, you'll definitely meet. As long as our schedules are free on that day or whatever, give us your schedule, we will meet you. Especially if you're in the Southern California area. I can't promise it if you're going to be like far away, like say like San Francisco or something like that. But if you're in like the Los Angeles, Orange County area, like going to Disneyland, it should be pretty easy to accomplish. Yeah, Sedona looks pretty nice. Yeah, I think it's kind of expensive now, and I don't think I want to live in a desert, to be honest with you. It's just hotter. I want to live somewhere that's not hotter than here. That's kind of one of my requirements there. But yeah, Sedona's beautiful, and I haven't visited Sedona with Angie. I haven't been there since the early mid-1990s, so I'd love to go back again. But yeah, I remember having some good times in Sedona. Hey, Vegan Metalhead. Awesome. Good to see ya. Vegan Age, you lost the house you're living in the Christchurch, New Zealand earthquake. God love shaky New Zealand. Oh man, so sorry to hear that. That's my fear here, that my house, earthquake will not like have a good time together. Wow, Han Solo's cousin, you've been vegan for 1 year, 1 month, 22 days, 4 hours, and 6 minutes. Wow, I have to say, I'm not joking there with you there, Jordan. That's probably that is the most like precise record keeping I've ever seen of anyone who's been vegan. So that's cool. You can do that. Yeah, I know Oregon is beautiful, Billy. I would put Oregon like a long shot. Like not a long shot, but I mean, some states, they're not even on my list of anyway. But Oregon is potentially, yeah. I love some things I've seen about some of the coastal areas of Oregon. So that is a possibility. So yeah, I know Oregon's beautiful. Uncle, I heard that was that's just a myth. I heard that who was it? Mark Twain never really said that, but so many people repeated that it's people think it really. Someone can verify that for me. I just remember reading from a San Francisco journalist writing about that, and I go, oh, okay. But yeah, San Francisco summers can be quite cold, and I'd love to live in San Francisco. Just way too expensive. I mean, I lived there a few times in my life, and I loved it. And every time I go back and visit, I love it. I guess it's a good place to visit, but I certainly don't have the funds to spend the rest of my days in San Francisco. Plus, it is kind of crazy. It's so compact and loud, and I mean, I guess that's cool, having all that energy of the city. But I'm getting old. I will be older by the time I move. I think I want somewhere a little quieter. But it has weather that I love. I love San Francisco weather. Oh, Sarah, yeah, you're in Oregon. But yeah, inland, yeah, the Oregon coast is rugged and rural. Yeah, I kind of don't mind living somewhere more, I tell you, with fewer people, not as populated. Because I've never even really seen the Oregon coast in person. I've driven through Oregon a few times, but always, on Highway 5, inland routes. So I've never seen the coast. So it shows you, it's a little bit off the path. Yeah, kind of an urban lake. You guys can fact check that, but yeah, that's what I've been told or led to believe about that Mark Twain quote about San Francisco being the coldest winter of his life. Hey, Linji, good to see you, Lynn. Where's Farmed and Dangerous? You're Farmed and Dangerous's partner, right? I hope I'm not having a vegan brain fart here, but yeah, good to see. I haven't seen you guys for a little bit. Graven babies, yeah. Sounds like you should leave Florida. You want to live somewhere away from people and has seasons other than hot, hotter, and boiling. Yeah, that's why when I considering places to live in Mexico, I've visited Cancun, the Yucatan, lovely area. I mean, yeah, I love it there. I'd go back and visit again, but it was so hot. Just pretty much all day and night. So I'm not used to that humidity from that kind of latitude there, the warm ocean and Caribbean and all that. So yeah, I know what you're saying there. As pleasant as it might be out there, yeah, the weather just doesn't jive with some of us. Han Solo, you looking for a vegan girlfriend? Awesome. Well, you got some time there. But hopefully it won't be that tough, because I think the odds are still in guys, dudes, males' favor. I think there's a higher. This was true a while ago. I think it's still true that there's a higher percentage of vegans who are female versus male. I don't think it's a huge difference, but there's a few more females than there are males. So the odds, could be working for you. Ticknell, what are you talking about? Why are you talking to Han Solo's cousin and telling him to eat bacon and spaghetti or something like that? What are you trying to do, Ticknell? Just talk to me now. Don't talk to Han Solo's cousin. He is a 14-year-old child, so please leave him alone immediately. Don't say anything. I'm just telling you right now, don't talk to Han Solo. I don't care if he started it or whatever your excuse might be. I'm protecting him. He should be. He's a 14-year-old, and I care about him deeply. So please don't talk to him. If you have something to say, talk to me. But don't get him involved in your agendas. And I see Robert Bird's getting sick from what you're saying. So do you have a point you want to make tonight, Tignall? Again, if you're here to try to debunk veganism, I'll give you one thing, one tangent you want to go on, and not even a tangent, just one thing, just tell us it, and and then we'll move on, okay? Oh, Vegan Metalhead, thanks for the super chat. You're telling me in my quest to find my next place to live, you're saying, do not move to your area full of hunters and animal abusers. I want to move either to Pittsburgh or Northeast Ohio. So let us know. Where do you live at again? So everyone can know that you're saying no, you're giving a downvote to that area. So let us know. How do you find one? Asked Han Solo's cousin. It'll start happening more. You're 14 right now. And to be completely honest with you, Han Solo, is because I didn't really have my first real, like, kind of, real girl. I mean, there were girls I kissed and stuff like that, but a real girlfriend until I was, I think, 18, something like that. So you have time. You'll get a little older, and I'll start working out a little bit better. But yeah, have fun. Talk to girls and stuff like that, and just be confident and be friendly. Just be you, basically. We've seen you online, on Zoom. You're just, a cool, chill, funny person. So just be that, and most girls of any quality will like that. If they don't, and they're probably not, for you. But it'll start happening. It's a little young now to really have like a real kind of girlfriend. I mean, in high school, I saw friends starting to have like girlfriends around 16, 17, like real ones, more than just like, ooh, I kissed her on Saturday or something like that, So yeah, it'll start happening. Let's see, Graven Baby's a little too old for him though, right? Vegan, single, and 19. Let's see, Uncle. Yeah, I'm right, Ryan. I just looked at quote investigator, and they say there is no evidence that Mark Twain said that quote about the coldest winter of his life was the summer in San Francisco. It just became something that people repeated and assumed it to be true because of that. Cool. Well, thanks for verifying what I told you. I believe it was a San Francisco journalist trying to make the world know about that. That was just not true. Oh, wow, got a big super chat tip here. Whoa, Alex, let's hear this one.
I am looking to lose body fat, but I keep getting misled information on what to eat and what to do. I've been told to lower the fats, but I'm just not sure. What would be you recommend? Started watching your channel recently, and it is awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you for your very kind super chat tip there. So I will preface my answer with a few disclosures or disclaimers or whatever they're called. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a weight loss expert or anything like that. Furthermore, I'll answer your question. I just want to just stipulate a few things. Furthermore, I don't consider our channel to be one of those vegan weight loss channels. Like I'm not bagging on them, but that's more their thing. Like Freely, Duran Rider, people like that. Like they kind of equate veganism with being slim and all this stuff, and I don't. I know vegans come in all shapes and sizes. That being said, I will speak about something like this only because I have some personal experience with this. But yeah, veganism is not inherently connected to weight loss. It's an ethical stance against animal cruelty. That said, everything I can tell from things I've experienced in my own life and from actual medical doctors I follow, read their posts every day on like Twitter and Instagram, and it seems to be that macros like fat, carbohydrates, protein, macros play a very insignificant, if at all any, part as far as losing weight. From the best information I've been able to tell from the experts that I follow, not my opinion or anything like that, from the experts I follow, might want to let me give you one person that I follow. He's not vegan, but he is into plants. Let's see, Dr. Arnold. Damn, I forgot his name. I just see him on Instagram. Anyway, it's how many calories you expend. If say your body needs 2,500 calories a day for basic functions, and you are consuming 3,000, that's a caloric surplus. So you need to have fewer than that 2,500. It varies from person to person, your height, weight, age, stuff like that. And you don't have to get in a caloric deficit by starving yourself. That's the most common and easy way, I suppose. But you can do that by exercising. Make sure you're burning, more calories per day. Try like I do. I try to, burn at least 200-300 calories a day on a typical day working out at home. When I go play basketball, 800-900,000 calories. So it's kind of being a long-term caloric deficit. Again, not through starving yourself, hopefully, just a combination of watching what you eat. And yeah, fat the macro of fat, like I said, isn't a factor per se, but fat is more calorically dense than protein or carbohydrates, about twice as much so. So fat can be a factor. If you're putting a lot of like oils and stuff on your food, you're getting some extra calories you might not really need if you don't need those oils. But bottom line is, is not having a caloric surplus. So that's the best advice I can give you. And this is not my advice. This is from experts in the field. And I'm just kind of reflecting that upon my experiences of gaining weight, losing weight, and being where I'm at right now. And my experience is in alignment with what those experts said. So let me know if that helps you out there, Alex. Yeah, calorie density chart. Good advice there from Sarah. But anyone who's going to tell you, oh, if you just eat all carbohydrates, your body will just automatically lose weight. Like, no. If you only need 2,500 calories and you're eating 3,000 calories of all carbohydrate, I don't know how you would do that, but say you were, you're still in a caloric surplus. There is no magic in just eating any one nutrient. I don't care if it's fat, protein, carbohydrates. I love carbohydrates, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I'm not demonizing them in any way. I eat probably more carbohydrates than 98% of the people in Long Beach. So my point is, though, there's no magic to the macros other than fat is more calorically dense. Vegan Wesker, eat less, move more. Yeah, exactly. That's how you can get in a caloric deficit. Like I said, it doesn't have to be through like eating too little so that your body's deficient. I don't advocate for that at all, but I do advocate for moving more if you're really trying to lose weight. I think one of the healthiest ways, according to the experts, is not starve yourself, but watch what you eat healthy, but get some calories burned through exercise. Let's see, what did we eat for dinner? We actually had a late lunch, Hansel's cousin. We were out visiting Angie's sister. One of her sisters had her second baby. So all her sisters who have had babies now have had 2 babies. Anyway, we visited little baby, put in our arms, and on the way back, we stopped by a veggie grill, which is like a chain restaurant. And a lot of them have moss veggies, and we got some vegan burritos there. It's all vegan chain, but yeah, it was delicious. Let's see. Heft, are you here to debunk veganism? I see people are talking to you. Heft, if you're here to debunk veganism, please don't fight with any of our people. So please, yes, tell us. If you're here to debunk veganism, let us know. Tell us what your argument is or what your problem is with veganism, and I will take a look at it. Okay, Heft. So I'm just forewarning you, or warning you, don't fight with our people here. I'm not saying you are. I'm not accusing you. I'm just telling you what not to do in case you were or were thinking about it. Just talk to me. That's what the debunking of veganism means. Doesn't mean fight with my audience. It means talk to me. And in chat here, you can't physically talk to me, but tell me what your thing is. Why are you here? What do you want to say? And I will hear it. You debunked it already? Well, what is that? Why you're here to tell us that you debunked veganism and you're not going to share with us your debunking? Like, how is that? I mean, how does that make us? Hey, everyone, I debunked veganism. It's like, okay, well, what is it? A lot of people think they've debunked veganism. So, please humor us. Let us know what your debunking of veganism is or was, and we'll have a listen. All right, just tell us. And again, I'm not accusing you of fighting, but if you are or thinking about it, please refrain from that and now focus your attention on me. And I'd love to hear your debunk of veganism. All right, is that fair enough? Heft. I'm reading the messages and it must have went past. So how come you can't just scroll up and copy and paste? Why do I have to do all the work here? Can you just... Is that hard to do? Is that like asking for too much? I'm running a show here. I got all these screens, monitors, computers, and devices, and I'm keeping track of the live chat. I don't see every chat. I'm not omniscient. I don't take smart drugs or anything like that. So just help me out here. Old 55-year-old vegan here. Just show me your debunking, copy and paste it. If you can't do it, I'm sure one of our viewers, as they have done in the past when you guys say, oh, I can't copy and paste, it's so freaking hard. Just one of our viewers can do it for you, okay? So let's, I can't imagine. You debunked veganism, but you went to the trouble, the pain of debunking veganism, yet it's too painful to copy and paste. I know it's hard for anti-vegans. We saw Lifting Vegan Logic's video where he showed how vegan deterioration was unable to do some basic tasks like that. Okay, so this is your debunk of veganism, Heft. It's weird to care for cows and birds. That you consider, honestly, Heft, be honest with me, bro. You really think that is a debunk of veganism? It's weird to care for cows and birds. So let's put that on the wall and examine your claim here. Oops, I copied too much. Let me try one more time. Okay, so here we go.
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
Yes, Heft, we will give you full credit here for coming up with this extreme debunking of veganism. So it's weird to care for cows and birds. Okay, that's your belief. All right, so how is that a debunk of veganism? That you believe it's weird to care for cows and birds. I believe it's weird to be a fan of I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone. What's a sport I believe it's weird to be a fan of shot put. All right, javelin and shot put. I believe it's weird to be a fan of okay, say I believe that. It doesn't mean I debunked javelin and shot put or track and field or something like that. So how is this a debunk of veganism? All you said, you gave us an opinion. I'm not a big fan of, like, say, The Weeknd or something like that, or Drake, let's say, or even worse, Post Malone. I'm not a big fan of Post Malone's music or anything like that. Doesn't mean I debunked Post Malone or Drake or The Weeknd. That's just an opinion. How is that a debunk? You just gave us your opinion on something. I mean, I think Disneyland is better than Knott's Berry Farm. That's just an opinion. I mean... Yeah, it's weird not to care for animals. Totally agree, Fall Died, and use this weird word back on them. But again, that's just an opinion. By giving them rights like people, well, what rights are you talking about? Heft, like the right to vote, the right to marry, the right to equal education. Like what rights are I mean, we're not saying animals should have every right that human beings have. I've never seen any vegan activists argue that animals should have the right to vote, to be married, to start a business, to form a corporation in Delaware. I mean, all these things. I've never seen anyone advocate. We're just advocating for some really basic things like the right to live, the right to not be exploited. So that's basically, it's the most simple basic rights that, like, most even non-vegans agree. Most non-vegans agree it's wrong to go out and start beating up dogs and cats and whatever animals you can find wandering your neighborhood. But yeah, what rights are you talking about? Animals have the right to be food for sale? Now you're just joking. Animals don't have the right to be food for sale. I'm not even going to put that in the poop wall. No, we're just saying animals have basic rights. They have the right to not to just go out and harm them. I just don't have the right to go out and start clubbing down any animal I want. So you're saying animals have no rights. I've argued with your kind before, Heft. That I'm sure you'll agree. You think animals have no rights, right, Heft? Yes or no? Don't yell at graven babies. Talk to me. I'm telling you, Heft. If I see you talk to anyone else in the chat other than me, I'm going to block you, okay? So just answer my questions. Don't tell Graven to be rude or not rude. You have no right to do that, all right? You are on very thin ice right now. So don't tell her anything. That's just messed up. So if you want to keep playing, Heft, tell me, do you think animals have no rights? Yes or no? That's all you have to say, yes or no. Yes, just say, oh gosh, how can I make this simple? Say, yeah, animals have rights or animals have no rights. The question is, do you believe animals have no rights? And you can say, yes, animals have no rights. Is that what you believe? That animals have zero rights? Again, I'm not arguing that animals should have the right to start businesses or get married or anything like that. Just the basic right to not be killed. So Brazilian bigots think animals don't have rights. Yeah, unruly class today. No rights or so pigs have rights. This is wild. I was even talking about livestock. Did you notice how I said animals? And now you're turning into livestock. I'm talking about animals. I mean, last time I checked, pigs are animals and dogs and cat are animals. So which is it? Do animals have like zero rights at all? Humans could do whatever the F they want with to any animal because they have. That's what it means. If an animal has no rights, it means that any human whatsoever can do whatever the hell he or she chooses, no matter how sick or demented it might be, because animals have no rights. So are you saying animals have no rights? The trolls are like this all. It's not a yes or no question. Well, you're saying it's weird to care for cows and birds. Why? Because you're giving them rights. So you're saying like cows and birds have no rights. That's now you're backpedaling. It sounds like you were at first coming out saying animals have no rights. Now you're backpedaling. Well, some animals like pigs might have rights, but you're talking about livestock. At first you said animals like cows and birds. You're going all over the place, bro. So I don't even know how to answer your question because you can't even formulate it clearly. But you're not even being. I'm saying you're not even being clear to us here about what animals have rights and what animals don't have rights. It sounds like you're arbitrarily picking and choosing. Kind of like how I would do at a Chinese restaurant menu. Ooh, I'll take a little bit of that. I won't have that. I'm just going to pick all the ones I want and make my own thingy here. And that's kind of sounds like we were doing with animal rights. You're saying, well, this animal might have rights, but this one has no rights. This animal has rights. This one, oh, hell no. This one has no rights. F that animal. So I'm not even clear what you're saying. It just sounds like you're doing some kind of selective rights thing, which... that's how you feel. Cool. I can't say that debunks veganism. And all it says is that Heft Bullard believes some animals have rights and other animals are not worthy of having any rights. Again, that's just your belief. You didn't. If I understand, what I'm trying to do, Heft, is not misrepresent you. Since you're having trouble articulating your opinion in a clear and concise manner, I'm trying my best to pull it out here from what you're giving me, and that's the best I can see. That Heft Bullard thinks some animals have rights, others no rights whatsoever. But I don't see how that debunks veganism. Again, you're just giving us your opinion. That you think some animals have rights for some arbitrary reasons and other animals have no rights because of equally arbitrary reasons. Well, that was interesting. Thanks. Thanks for sharing your opinion there, Heft. Oh, you want to add more to this? Birds and cows have eyes on sides of head. Oh, I hit the wrong button here. So how's that have to do anything to do it right? So you're saying the position of an animal's eyes determines whether or not that animal has or does not have rights? Like, why even mentioning this for? It seems completely irrelevant, the position of an animal's eyes and how that relates to them having or not having rights. Oh boy. Are you trying to make us laugh here? Are you just here to entertain us, Heft? Because we're going to move on, because this is ridiculous. So you're saying, yeah, that's what you're saying. It does. You're saying where an animal has eyes, eye position, though. I know, yeah, Dr. Bear, but eye position, though. I can kill this animal because of its eye position, but animals that have eyes in a different position, I can't harm or kill it. Yeah, this is funny, Hef, but thanks for coming and sharing your very unique and interesting theory with us that where an animal has its eyes determines whether or not that animal has any rights whatsoever. That's a nice belief. It's interesting, and we are entertained by it, Hef. But I see no reason why eye position determines an animal's capability of having basic rights or not. That you haven't made that clear whatsoever. So, but anyway, thanks so much, Heft, and you can come back next week if you can think of something better or something you want to add to it, Heft. That's cool. All right, but thanks for sharing, Heft, and if you keep going on, we'll time you out because we answered your question. We entertained you for more than you were probably worthy here. We put you on the poop wall, and we heard you add more about the eye position, but all I'm hearing is your belief. And I'm not hearing any kind of argument. You saying, I believe creatures whose eyes are here means they have rights, and eyes here, they don't have rights, or vice versa. Whatever. That's just your belief. That's your opinion. It's my opinion that javelin and shot puts suck and are not worthy of being Olympic events. I don't really believe that, but I could say that. It's my belief. Doesn't mean it's true that those events should be removed from the Olympics because I think those are stupid sports. You know, it just means that's my belief. You just gave us your belief. Yeah, who cares what your belief is, Hef? But again, I thank you for coming here. You know, but we're done. I thank you, but that's it, Hef. We're done with that line of reasoning because it's a go nowhere thing. You're just giving us an arbitrary belief, and it has nothing to do with ethics. I position has nothing to do with morality. Just letting you know, I position has nothing to do with morality. Let me say it one more time. I position has nothing to do with morality. So anyway, Yannicki, what about the flounder? The flounder has eyes in a weird position and halibuts and stuff like that. Anyway. All right, Ticknall, we're going to put you on the poop wall. I know you've been trying so hard. You've been trying, for what, half an hour to get on the poop wall. So now you can get all excited that you've made it back onto the poop wall, okay? And Uncle, if Hef keeps yapping about eye position, let's time him out, okay? Because we already devoted time to his weird belief, and that's all it is. So Ticknall has a belief here he is sharing too. No animals have rights. No animals have rights. I'd really like to see you reconcile this isn't true. No animals have rights. So let's just start with this. So if an animal has no rights, and you're saying no animal has any rights, that means if that were true, Ticknall, the logical consequence of your position, of your belief that no animals have any rights whatsoever, which you said here, no animals have rights, that means it would be perfectly fine for me to go around the neighborhood and start clubbing animals, dogs, cats, even ones that are not typical domestic animals, raccoons, squirrels. Just find any animal on the street and start whacking it with a stick, beat it, kill it, and chop it up if I want to. I mean, that would be perfectly fine, totally cool. I wouldn't run into any trouble whatsoever. It's totally that's like amoral. Meaning it just shouldn't matter. It's just like if I were outside skateboarding, that's not moral or immoral, just amoral. It's without a moral aspect of it. It'd just be the same if I were outside hula hooping, or if I'm outside clubbing dogs and cats with a stick, bludgeoning them. All right, that's the logical consequence of your belief. I'm just showing you an example of how animals don't deserve to be clubbed by some maniac on the street. Oh, Bond is here to debunk veganism now. Bond. All right, so that's it, Ticknall. You got on the poop wall. I hope you're happy now. We're going to move on to Bond. So basically, I'm telling you, Ticknall, if you want to be consistent with your belief, you should be able to go out yourself right now and start bludgeoning animals and not kicking them, and cats, dogs, doesn't matter. Okay. So here's Bond now. Let's check out Bond here. Vegans give us... Oh, I forgot.
I'm going to leave your words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
Bond, wait, are you here to debunk veganism, or are you just here to have fun with us? Let us know. Are you just quoting anti-vegans? Let us know, are you serious or not, Bond? But this is an interesting quote. Whether this is your belief or not, Bond, this is interesting. Vegans give us their beliefs and expect non-vegans to agree with them. Non-vegans give their beliefs. Vegans brush them off. It's just your belief. No, beliefs aren't anything. Beliefs, if I say shot put and soccer are crap sports and should be banned from the Olympics, that's just an opinion. That's a belief. But that's not morality or anything like that. That's not like some kind of theory of how we should treat people. So let's put it like this. All Are you saying that veganism is just a belief and we expect non-vegans to agree with them? No, I don't expect non-vegans to agree with that. It's wrong to it's wrong to be cruel to animals. It's wrong to exploit animals. That, I mean, yeah, you can say those are beliefs, but you sit here and expect non-vegans to agree with them. I would hope more people would agree that it's wrong to be cruel to animals and exploit animals, but I don't expect you to, Bond. I mean, I don't expect anyone to believe anything that I believe. I know vegans believe that, but it's not. Doesn't follow that vegans expect everyone to agree with this. We just find it really troubling that non-vegans find it they're so blasé. They think animals have no rights, so it's cool to slaughter animals. And even if no animals have any rights, as our last guy was saying, that means you can go out and start kicking your neighbor's dogs and beat up stray cats because no animals have any rights. And we all know that's ridiculous, deviant behavior. Honestly, how can any anti-vegan sit here honestly, sincerely tell us that, yeah, it's totally cool to go out and kick cats and dogs and beat them with sticks because they have no rights? You know that's deviant behavior. It can land you in jail, it can land you in psychiatric evaluation. People aren't just going to sit there and go, look at that nice man there bludgeoning that cat there. It's gross and sick. It's horrific cruelty. I don't understand how you guys can justify horrific cruelty and say vegans are weird. No, non-vegans think that's weird too, and non-vegans could come out and arrest you for such deviant behavior. Yeah, vegan Western. That's what slave owners said about your beliefs too. Well, you believe it's that all people should be free and no human should be enslaved. That's just your belief, you know? Well, yeah, if you disagree with that position of anti-slavery, then you believe it's totally fine to just beat people up, kill them, because they're your property. You do what you want with this human property. So it shows you the logical consequences of both positions. The logical position of pro-slavery means you can abuse, exploit humans all you want. The logical consequences of animals have no rights. I go and kick dogs, and beat cats, and bludgeon them in front of babies watching across the street. It's all good. Nothing wrong with that. Total normal day, right? Everything's cool. Yeah, V-gallon, these excuses against veganism, right? A good question there, Marshall. Is it kind to animals to kill them? Good point. This is just a simple question. Is it kind to animals to kill them? No, it's quite the opposite. The opposite of kind to kill a person or an animal. I don't care if it's a person or an animal. It's not kind to kill a person or an animal. So basically, people who are taking like a pro-slavery position, not saying anyone here is, but I'm talking in the past, and people like tonight who are taking animals have no rights, that's the same thing. Like, you have animals have no rights, you can do whatever you want to them. There are things here to exploit all we want because they have no rights. You can beat them, you can pull its leg out in front of children, it's totally cool. Tignall, how am I constructing straw man? You don't even know what a straw man is. I studied philosophy. I'm just showing you. No, it's funny how people like to throw words out here. They think they mean something. No, let me give you a new phrase. This is called logical consequences. I'm arguing what the logical consequences of a position or a belief is. I'm showing you the logical consequences, not a straw man. If you believe animals have no rights, because that's what was said, right? Animals have no rights. This is okay, and you can believe that. I'm not saying you can't believe that. You're free to believe whatever nutty thing you want. But if you truly believe animals have no rights, let's explore that. That means it's totally fine to go out in the street and rip a leg off a cat in front of children. Totally cool, because animals have no rights. You don't understand what no rights means, do you, Ticknall and Bond? Or I'm not sure Bond is playing with this here. If something has no rights, it means literally it has no right. You can do whatever you want. It's fair game, free game, whatever. You do whatever the hell you want because it has zero protection. No rights means zero protections. Have at it. Do whatever the hell you want because it's all good. Hey, Atomic Vegan, AJ, thanks for the super chat tip there.
What's for dinner? Oh, cult leader.
Earlier today, yeah, we were out and about visiting our latest family member, a 6-day-old baby. Angie's sister gave birth to 6 days ago. So we stopped by a veggie grill before coming back here to get ready for the weekly cult meeting here. But yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna have for dinner tonight, to be honest with you. So that was kind of our big meal out today. Straw men have rights too, huh, Graven babies, huh? And yeah, if you think it's so cool that animals get slaughtered and it's so such a good thing because animals have no rights, I like what Mithu Lion says here. Kids should be taken to factory farms. I'd say take them to slaughterhouses so they can see what really happens. Okay, because animals have no rights. Let's just show them what really happens in this real world, not just intellectually in our minds making up weird, bizarre, anti-vegan arguments, but show children and adults what happens in this planet that we all live on, in this real world that we all live in. What happens if you truly believe animals are to be exploited as humans see fit because they have no rights? Take people to a slaughterhouse and see if they leave that experience feeling, yeah, animals have no rights. I'm totally fine with that. And my children enjoyed watching all those cows get their throats slit. It was amazing. They loved it. It was so cool. Seeing where our dinners and breakfasts really come from. It really opened our eyes. No, people are being horrified because it's not cool to harm someone. It's not cool to harm a human. It's not kind to harm a human or an animal. Veganics, yeah, good question. What's the morally relevant difference why humans can have rights, but other animals, humans or animals, can't? And yeah, like I said, yeah, animals can't have every right that humans have because some are just not like practical. Like, you know, can animals really start like a corporation? You know, can they get married? You know what I'm saying? Some rights that humans have don't necessarily apply. But we're not talking about those. Like I said, I don't know any animal activists that are saying, yeah, animals need to start a corporation. You know, they need to be able to buy a car and drive 55 on the highways. No one's arguing for that. It's basic right to not be killed. Basic right to not be treated cruelly. Hey, Farmed and Dangerous. Good to see you.
Sorry, I'm late. At Happy Healthy Vegan, I was outside beheading chameleons. You know, they have no rights with those wonky eyes and stuff.
I know, isn't it weird? We learned something new tonight from, what was his name, Heft? Are you still watching Heft? Thanks for this theory that the placement of eyes on an animal determines whether we can just treat that animal with extreme cruelty or it's protected because it has special rights because of its eye placement. I mean, that's a new one. I have to give it to you, Heft, if you're still here. I've not heard that before. That's not really an argument, though. It's just a weird belief that you have, and that's cool. You can have all the weird beliefs you want. Oh, Ticknall, good point. Yeah, okay, this is a good point. You're finding my assumption there. Good point, Ticknall. Do you think that just because the animals have no rights, it means we have no responsibilities in how we treat animals? I mean, if they have no rights, why should we have any if you're saying, if I see what you're saying here, I mean, if you feel that we have responsibilities towards animals, like what responsibilities are we talking about? Like, it sounds like, I mean, be clear on what responsibilities you think we should have towards animals, because it sounds like those animals have rights. That's why we should be responsible and not just go outside and start killing my neighbor's animals or killing stray animals. If you don't like animals that are owned by a human, like a pet or something like that, I could find a stray animal, one without a tag or collar, or a stray cat, and I could start pulling its legs out in front of humans in front of me because animals have no rights. So yeah, what are these responsibilities? Because it sounds like there are like some kind of moral responsibilities that we owe animals. Why would that be, other than they have maybe the right to not for some stupid idiot like me or you to go out and pull their limbs out or cut their heads off? How can they have responsibilities without rights? It sounds like we're nitpicking now, Ticknall. I mean, it sounds like one and the same thing. If you believe there's responsibilities that are due to animals from us, all right, you understand the vegan point of view. We have the responsibilities to not to exploit and slaughter them. Corvid Moon. This person's pet bunny has eyes positioned in a way I subjectively deem to be unworthy of not ripping their legs off for my personal pleasure. Yeah, that's the earlier person that was here. Yes, we all need a drink, huh? We haven't even looked at the definition of veganism tonight, but let's all have a drink right now. Let's have 2 shots here. Marshall, yeah, I typically don't I usually don't bring up the words rights right off the bat, but I've learned from a certain vegan YouTuber who I recently banned that you have to have rights as part of the definition, or else you're a bad vegan, and you should therefore call me a 4-letter word because I'm using some wrong, out-of-date definition that doesn't have the word rights written right front and square for all to see. So it's a subjective call here, but I believe that what was I going to say about that? Where's your point there, Hensley? Yeah, I don't typically bring up the rights argument because I don't think it's necessary, but I do believe animals have the right to not be slaughtered. I believe animals have the right to not be exploited, and that goes for not only livestock, but animals all around us, too. Animals out in the street or in your local wilderness. They have the right to just be left alone and not be slaughtered, not be exploited. You still have hurricane beer. What's that, Graham? Were you drinking through the whole hurricane? Yeah, Robert, as vegans, we do tend to think that animals have the right to not be eaten, not to be slaughtered, not to be harmed, not to be exploited. But that's not the first thing I'll tell people when I'm discussing vegan belief systems. Unlike the recent banning I did of a vegan YouTuber thing, so you have to get right in their face right off the bat and tell people it's all about rights. And that's fine. That's cool. I'm not saying that's a ridiculous or horrible or wrong thing to do. If that's the way he wants to be an activist, cool. Yeah, again, I'm not a fascist activist. I'm not going to say, oh, you're doing vegan activism differently from how I believe it should be done, therefore you're a 4-letter word. And that's why I banned him. Anyway. Yes, Hutchie, it's the same person who thinks we should go out as vegans and collectively just band together and start hunting down all the lions and tigers and eagles and like wolves and stuff like that. Yeah, it's that same person. But yeah, Galaxy, I'm with you. I think rights doesn't necessarily get a conversation off focus. I'm saying the way I personally argue for veganism, I feel I don't have to bring rights in, especially immediately. It could come up later on, but if someone's going to bring it front and center like Ticknall did, we'll go down that path, you know? But I don't believe it's something you have to bring up right away. But if you want to, as a vegan activist, you can. Not saying you're doing it wrong, you know? You don't. It doesn't matter. As long as you're showing people what veganism is about, not harming and exploiting animals. You don't have to say why. It's because they have the rights that follow from human rights. I mean, you can say that if you want. I'm not saying you can't do that. It's totally cool. I applaud you for that. But it's, you know, we all don't have to do it the same way. Bond, were you joking? Overhead press? I don't really do overhead press all that much, Bond. Is that one of your favorite lifts or something? You do know I'm training for vert. I dunked last month at age 55, and overhead press might help a little bit, but it's not really the lift that you see a lot of dunkers like focusing all that much in. But yeah, if yours is going along good, Bond, that's cool. I do a little of the beach muscles and stuff too, but that's not like my thing. Graven Baby, you saved a lizard last night that got inside the house. You didn't even sacrifice him to the side-eye gods of the bizarre meat gods, huh? Ticknall, does a deer have the right to not be eaten by a wolf? We're not talking about what happens out in the wild. Let's look at the definition of veganism, guys. Ticknall is talking about what's happening out that we're talking about is human activity. All right, guys, do you have your drinks handy here? Let's look at it, Ticknall. Veganism. It's a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practicable, all forms of cruelty, to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. We're talking about humans exploiting animals. It doesn't say here about like if an eagle catches a snake or something like that, you know, is the eagle immoral or something like that? They were talking about humans. We're talking about why are humans slaughtering that's why we got into veganism, right? How many of you got into veganism because you found it wrong that we're slaughtering animals to eat them when we don't have to kill them? We don't have to eat them. We can eat plants. How many of you guys, well, be honest, how many of you guys got into veganism because you're upset that an eagle catches a snake or a lion hunts a wildebeest or something like that? I mean, that's irrelevant. I mean, how does that have anything to do with my decision to say, hey, why are humans pretty much murdering 80 billion animals annually so we can eat them when it's absolutely pointless? We can eat plants. It has nothing to do with lions and eagles or anything like that. It's who I mean, I shouldn't say who cares, but why does that have anything to do with why I would go vegan? I'm vegan because I saw an eagle eat a snake. That's why. And they said no one ever in the history of veganism. And no one ever went vegan because of deers. I saw a wolf eat a deer, so therefore I'm vegan. Said no one ever. No one ever, Tignal. Look at the definition again. You're talking about some kind of like wildlife preservation or something like that. Veganism says nothing about wildlife, says nothing about preservation. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation by humans. Doesn't say by deers or eagles or something like that. Human exploitation of animals. How hard is this to grasp? I mean, but deers though, or wolves though, or eagles though, that's not what veganism is about. It's about humans though, exploiting 80 billion animals every single effing year needlessly so people like you and other anti-vegans can eat this meat that they think is so amazing that you don't need, but you're totally cool exploiting the animals to get that meat. Has nothing to do with eagles, has nothing to do with tigers. The circle of life, though, I know, huh? Lions and eagles. Ah. Uncle answered Ticknall's question just fine. Humans don't have to be predators. Ticknall, we're not talking about wolf morality. Wolves are not moral creatures. You should know this. They are amoral. They're incapable of morality or immorality. That's what amoral means. Wolves are amoral creatures. We're talking about human morality here. Human morality. I believe it's a vegan stance that it's absolutely unnecessary to kill animals for food. Why are we doing this? It's an immoral practice. Why are humans intentionally with our minds, not our wolf brains or our eagle brains or our lion brains, why are humans with our human brains deciding when we have the moral hardware, the moral capacity with our neocortex, all our cerebral capacity to make moral decisions? We know it's wrong to go out and kill innocent lives, go kill a person. Why would I go shoot a freaking deer or any animal when I can just eat plants? That's what we're talking about there. We're not talking about bear morality or eagle morality. They are incapable of morality. So you say, is it immoral for a wolf to eat a deer? It's amoral. There's nothing in morality to describe that. It's the wrong language. There's nothing immoral or immoral. It's amoral. Wolves and deers are not moral creatures. They're not capable of morality, but humans are. Us 8.5 billion humans on this planet are moral creatures and make moral decisions. And why are we killing 80 billion animals needlessly? It's immoral. Why are we killing innocent animals when we could eat plants? What's changing the subject? You're the one changing the subject. I'm just telling you, a wolf hunting a deer is not related to veganism. They are both amoral creatures. So I'm not sure how this relates to veganism here. Does the animal have you're saying does the deer have a right not to be eaten by a wolf? I don't even know how to answer that question for you. It's not related to morality. What is that, Fu Manpu? Gregor Samsa filthy woke as a giant dingleberry? Oh, thanks for falling into your trap. I didn't fall into your trap. How can immoral animals have rights? I said a bear hunting a deer has nothing to do with morality. It's outside of morality. It's amoral. It's outside of morality. Using the word morality. We're not even talking about rights here. But I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to say I fell in a trap because you're saying that, the deer has rights and shouldn't be eaten by a bear or something like that. Is that what your position is? Can amoral animals have rights? Yes, they have the right not to be exploited by humans. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Just because an animal is amoral doesn't mean that humans can do whatever the effing hell they please to it. We're not bears. I don't need to eat whatever a bear eats for my survival. Do you understand the difference? I can go to a market. I can go to a local corner shop. I can buy my food. A bear or a lion or an eagle or a wolf doesn't have that capability. This is not morality. Being flexible or inflexible. I'm a moral creature and I have the ability to determine what my food is. So you're trying to say just because a bear or lion can eat an animal, therefore you have the right to eat an animal. And I don't see how that follows logically. A bear, it has a different diet than I do, and a bear, last time I checked, can't go shopping at Whole Foods. It can't walk into my local bodega and buy some like papayas or whatever. You can't even compare the two situations. They're incomparable. We're talking about amoral versus moral creatures, bears versus humans. Second, we're talking about the ability to determine your own food source and secure it for yourself, which animals don't have that ability. They eat whatever in their vicinity. No, Tignall. No, you don't understand. You're failing to understand the distinction here. You're trying to paint like, situation A is like situation B, and I'm telling you, they're absolutely incomparable. Comparing amoral with moral creatures with creatures who can decide where to get their food because we have shops and stores, and compared with animals who are left to fend for themselves in nature. Amoral creatures left to fend for themselves in nature versus humans who can go to the store. So every day you're buying animal products and you're saying, hey, because of the eagles. The eagle can do it, I can eat an animal product. Because the wolves can do it, I can eat an animal product. So you're basically saying because an amoral creature who can't buy food, has no options other than what's in nature, you, who's completely different, you have morality and you have the ability to buy your own food, you're going to do what the amoral creature who has no ability to buy food can do. Yes, I'm dodging your question. I'm being totally insincere here. No, you're the one with the twisted argument. You're comparing apples to oranges, so to speak. So anyway, thanks, Tignall. We've indulged your thing enough. And we're going to move on. Okay, Tignall? So thank you. If you want to come back next week, totally cool. But we've played your game here. And since you started accusing me of being intellectually dishonest, I'm going to time you out right now. Great. You grow your own food. God bless you. Okay, Tignall? I'm going to send you a little award for growing your own food. Okay? So awesome. Awesome. He grows his own food. So what? So if I grow my own animals, I can kill them? That's animal exploitation. I mean, how does that like reduce any like the moral problems? Oh, if you grow it yourself, then you could do whatever you want with it. I don't see how that has any relationship. How is it more moral to kill an animal of your own than a slaughterhouse animal? Bottom line is that animal's still dead and some jackass is eating it. So how is it more moral if you grow it yourself? That's, again, irrelevant. So anyway, we're moving on. Twig. All right, Twig, let's answer your question, Twig. I'm going to put your question up on the poop wall so we can all look at it together. So as I do that, let's all get ready. Let's all have
I'm
a little
going to leave
drink
your
here.
words on this board for all my classes to enjoy, giving you full credit, of course.
All right, so let's analyze this very serious threat to veganism here. If someone swats a fly, are they vegan? I don't know. I do know, actually, but I don't know. Where am I at here? Wrong button. Let's go have a look at the definition of veganism and see how it would relate to someone swatting a fly. Veganism is a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practicable all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. So what is veganism? It again is a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. Humans exploiting animals, humans being cruel to animals as far as possible and practicable. So if you swat out a fly, are you exploiting animal? I don't see the exploitation. Are you being cruel to it? That is debatable, but nowhere in the definition of veganism here does it say that if your body's infested with bugs, you just have to suck it up and live with it. It's as far as possible and practicable. How is that practicable to walk around with like bugs all over your body? You go into work, you have like caterpillars on you and spiders and scorpions. I think you brought that up too in the poop ball. So no, vegans, as far as we fit in, we need to fit into society. We're not going to be like complete freaks. And then I think you're trying to say, oh, but you're causing harm. Like veganism means zero harm. And again, nowhere in the definition of veganism, what's your name again? Twig Bear does say veganism is a philosophy and way of living, which means zero harm of any living being. And if you cause any harm any time in your life, veganism is null and void and you're a hypocrite. No, it's as far as possible and practicable. If I was driving today and I ran over a bug, I might have. I drove like 20, 30 miles today. I probably ran over a bug. Does that mean I'm not vegan? No, it wasn't possible or practical for me to go out and do my business and maybe not hit a bug or something like that. Just like anyone out there. Again, we have to be normal people in society. We need to go to work. We need to do things. So no, I don't see any problem if you have to swat a fly because it's causing you problems. I still think you're vegan, and I don't think that's my opinion, just according to the definition of veganism. Okay, so you're being curious. You weren't being sarcastic, Twig? I don't know. I just hopefully answer your question and we will move on. Okay, Twig? Vegans don't need to live with flies bugging them all day. Hutchie 4, jerk-style plantain chips are addictive. Well, I would like to find out, so please send me some right now. Lynn, you need a decoder ring for this chat? Really? What for, Lynn? Just kind of curious. Yeah, Bill raises a good question here as far as possible and practical. Bill Seabury says, let me ask this. Would us vegans eat at a restaurant that did not keep the restaurant free or try their best to keep it free of cockroaches? Yeah, many of us would find that gross. It would show a sign of being dirty and infested. You wouldn't want your food there. So it just shows as far as possible and practicable. Vegan restaurants shouldn't be a place where cockroaches could make a stand and thrive and just run rampant and do their thing. That would be shut down by the health department, for one. It's not practicable for the owners of a business to make it a cockroach sanctuary and justify it in the name of no harm, because that's what veganism demands and requires, because it doesn't. Okay, Twig Bear. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, Lynn S. Yeah, well put there, Lynn. Yeah, Lynn said about the fly regarding this question here. Yeah, Lynn said, I think if the fly is not bothering you, leave it alone. Exactly. Why would you just needlessly start, oh, there's the first fly that ever I've seen in my life, I'm going to swat it. You know, if it's not bothering you, leave it alone. If you accidentally kill a bug, it's okay. Just, yeah, try your best. Do the least harm. Oh, Graven Babies, that's sweet. I saw a woman get out of her car to save a turtle crossing the road. Why would she do that? Wow, I don't live in a place where there's turtles crossing the road. Turkeys maybe crossing the road, but never see turtles crossing the road. Marshall raises a good point. I do not let mosquitoes suck my blood. And the definition of veganism doesn't require us to sit there, oh, I have to let these mosquitoes suck my blood because I can't cause any harm whatsoever. No, as far as possible and practical. Is it really practical to have mosquitoes sucking your blood? Like, no, it's not. So yeah, remove the mosquito. I'm not saying you have to smash it, but you just don't have to sit there and take it. You go and poo? Let's see. Well, I'm glad everybody here from Florida is apparently okay. You all be good. Pooh's got to go. Be polite until it's time to not be. Be nice, but have a plan to neutralize them all. Hi, Pooh, man. Thanks for being here and thanks for sharing your thoughts with us. Much appreciated, man. So anyway, let me have some more water here. So I'm a little tired today. Got some crap sleep last night. Veganism debunked. Corvid Moon and Marshall, are you guys fighting? Let me know, because I don't want to see any fighting here. Angie's cool. Yeah, she seemed really happy meeting her latest nephew today, holding the little 6.5 pound baby in her arms today. It was really sweet. I held the baby for a while too. I feel really like, you know, like nervous, like I'm going to damage it or drop it. But I feel better now. I feel more confident holding babies now because of our cat Bodhi. He likes to be held like a baby. Even though he's like this crazy alpha male kind of cat, he likes to be held like a baby. So now when I hold human babies, I go, oh yes, I understand this. I feel kind of comfortable and less nervous than ever before. Flat Earth, I'll play some guitar if I feel like it. Oh yeah, John Steven, thanks for coming. Yeah, non-vegans are very welcome. Yeah, if you're just here to enjoy the conversation, totally cool. In fact, I encourage non-vegans to watch our show. I want people who are not vegan to see how not weird veganism is. Really, you don't have to eat weird food and live this weird lifestyle. It's really we're just like regular people. It's not like some weird bizarre thing or anything. So yeah, you could watch it. But on the Friday live streams, I open it up to people who think veganism sucks and they want to debunk it. They can do that too. But yeah, equally, if you're not vegan and not here to debunk, but just enjoy and just catch a little bit, it's all good. Yeah, we just expect people to just be cool, be chill, be courteous, be civil. That's it. You know, you don't have to kiss our butts or anything like that, but just, yeah, be civil and you'll fit right in. Yeah, infants are not messed up yet, Sarah. I know, they're so innocent. Cool Bond. Yeah, as long as people are cool. I said, I'm not a narcissist. I'm not like the vegan YouTuber that I banned the other day. It's like, I don't expect everyone to agree with everything I say. I don't expect everyone's activism or vegan methods to be exactly like mine. And if not, I'm going to cuss you out because you suck or anything like that. No. And likewise, I don't expect non-vegans. Obviously, I don't expect non-vegans to agree with what I say, but I think they can see what I'm saying is reasonable. I don't say wacky, zany things here. Things I say are typically evidence-based, or I show my support for what I'm saying. I'm just not making stuff up. All right, so let's see if I got any questions here that I missed. I'm trying to catch up here, so I missed anything that someone asked me. Why didn't you answer my questions? Because I didn't see it. Maybe so, Bill. That's a good speculation. I just think there's something kind of loose up there, to be honest with you. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Something loose in a violent sort of way. Something that is attracting him to violence. I hear a lot of talk of violence from this certain YouTuber that I banned. Hey, John, thank you. Oh, cool. Thank you. You've become a fan of me and other channels like Mike the Vegan. Yeah, Mike the Vegan is a bit like me in the sense that he's Asian. No, I'm just kidding. He's just a nice person. He's not like some fascist, aggressive narcissist like some vegan YouTubers that have had issues with in recent times. No, Mike's chill. He's open-minded. He understands how non-vegans are, because we were all non-vegan, and doesn't hate you for that like some vegans I've had to ban recently are. So yeah, we understand. I was not vegan for the first 40 odd years of my life. I'm 55 now, and sometime in October, I think this coming like next month, starting tomorrow, sometime that month, I've been vegan 12 years. So yeah, been vegan just a fraction of my life. So I have I can relate and have what's the word I'm looking for? Just compassion for non-vegans. Yeah, I just don't automatically think, oh, if you're a non-vegan, you suck or something like that. And I know Mike is like that too. He's like me. He thinks like in a similar way that I do. But we're different. We have different approaches and different styles, and that's how it should be. We shouldn't all be the same type of person. Unlike the vegan YouTuber that I just banned a couple days ago. So anyway, yeah, Yannicka, yeah, sometime in I think late October, like around a month or so, it'll be 12 years vegan for me. I'm still not dead, still doing fine. Oh, speaking of doing fine, guys, remember I told you after my last blood test, after I had like a series of 2 or 3 blood tests where my LDL cholesterol was mysteriously over 100, and I haven't really changed my diet. I didn't start eating a bunch of saturated fat or coconut oil. So anyway, I finally, I was gonna do it last year, but my mom had some surgery which put me off. I'm gonna go visit a vegan cardiologist and talk to her and probably get a new blood panel and have her give me her 2 cents as to what's up and what kind of risk I might or may not be at. I'm going to have someone much smarter than anyone ever talked to about my health. I'm 55. Like I said, I want to make sure I am not doing anything wrong or anything like that. So I want to go get a very good cardiologist to check my blood panels out. I've had other doctors check my blood panels, but never a cardiologist, like right in front of me, and let's talk about what's going on here. So that'll happen sometime next month. I'm not sure when the blood panel is going to be, but my meeting will be sometime next month. All right. Oh no, Antonio. It'll be your 8-year vegan anniversary this January. Awesome. Yeah, Sarah, finally something concrete. Let's go meet with a real cardiologist and see what's up. I know, I see people with much, much higher LDLs than mine. I see carnivores with theirs in the 200s, 300s, and they say, oh, it's okay, it's fine. But I don't see any health, like heart organizations backing up those claims. So that's why, again, I'm just going to go talk. I think it's a good thing to do. My age, why not? My dad had his first heart attack at 65. So I'm thinking, all right, I don't want to go down that road. I'm going to do something even more so than just eat a healthy diet and exercise. I'm going to go talk to a professional way ahead of time. AJ, this January will be your 9th year vegan. Awesome. Bond, yeah, I'm totally in favor of lab-grown meat, especially the kind that doesn't use animal serum to produce or reproduce to feed animals. Yeah, totally. And to feed humans. It does not for vegans, but yeah, I'm totally for it. I'm not against it. I just don't have any desire to go out and eat any myself because it's meat. But for animals that are eating meat, yeah, totally cool. I think it's a win. I think it'll be great for that because that should decrease the amount of animals raised for slaughter. So I think it'll be a win. LDL should be around 70 last heard. Well, it's debatable, Muthi. That's why I want to talk to cardiologists because there's no such thing as like one human. There's different genetics. I'm gonna bring her lab panels from 1999. I'm gonna show her some from last year. I'm gonna show her some from in between to see the trend, to see what my baseline and my pattern is. And my LDL was higher in 1999 than it is now, way higher. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I'm just gonna bring her so she can use her experience and knowledge as a cardiologist to give me her professional assessment. Carl Baum, yeah, if your cardiologist wasn't into plant-based diets for heart health, find a different cardiologist because as far as I know, the science is out there. It's hard to argue against it that plant-based diets are proven to help prevent heart disease, help treat heart disease. But there is some debate as to whether or not it actually reverses heart disease. And, but I mean, for me, that's all I need to know. If it helps prevent and treat, that's good enough. Whether it reverses, that'd be amazing if we knew that 100%. But it seems like 100% that it's helpful for preventing and treating. So that's a good heart health diet. Sarah, a 32-year-old plant eater, and your LDL isn't exactly low. 89. Yeah, it runs high in the family. Yeah, I said there's genetic components. That's something that your average lay person doesn't exactly know. They just read something in a book or hear some guy on a podcast and think everyone's LDL should be like a certain number. They read like Dr. Esselstyn. It's a great book, by the way. I'm not knocking it whatsoever. But there are genetic variabilities and a lot of like these books don't mention that, but if you talk to experienced cardiologists, this is a well-known thing. So that's why I'm going to bring all my data. But you eat pretty dang clean. Yeah, me too. I don't know what more I can do. I mean, I avoid high saturated foods like the plague. Yeah, I'll have them on occasion. Once in a while I'll go get a vegan Ben & Jerry's, but it's not like in my fridge or anything at all times or anything like that. Once in a while. But I'll talk to her about that, my once in a while thing. Maybe I'll have to make it never in a while, but I'll let her be the decision maker on that. You going, Dr. Bear? Let's see. Did I miss Dr. Bear here? I see Twig Bear saying farewell, Dr. Bear. Is Dr. Bear leaving us? If you're leaving us, Dr. Bear, thanks for being here tonight. But yeah, I see a lot of people expressing my same opinions about lab-grown meat. Don't really care to eat it ourselves typically, but yeah, pets, zoos, and humans that refuse to eat plants. Yeah, great for them. Bill Seabury, you had a gnat fly up your nose a few nights ago. So you're not vegan anymore, Bill. Just call it quits. Go have a steak, right? Just kidding. That's on the gnat. It happens. It's not possible to exist in the world and not accidentally, unintentionally have a bug fly into you. I've had it happen running, cycling, bug flies into your glasses or swallowed. It happens. It doesn't mean you're not vegan anymore. Yeah, your V card is revoked. AJ, you got it. Yeah, you got to take your card back, Bill. You unintentionally harmed a bug. Oh, squeaky water bottle. Yeah, I should just leave the squeaker part up. That's what Angie told me. Just leave the squeaker part up, and that'll cut down significantly on the squeakiness. Yeah, Muthi Lan. Yeah, all real meat should be swapped with lab-grown meat if people can't just give it up. Yeah, totally agree with that too. Yeah. Bond, what's my opinion on vegans dating non-vegans? Would you say proceed with caution or say avoid it in general? I mean, who am I to tell you who to love and not love, right? I mean, I'm not a fascist vegan. I'm not an authoritarian vegan like some vegan YouTubers I banned recently. If you find love in someone who is not a vegan, who am I to stop you? I'm saying it might be difficult, though. I would have some reservations for sure. But, love is love. You love someone, you love them, It's like, and hopefully what you're doing will rub off on them. Like when Angie met me, she was vegetarian, had been vegetarian for quite a long time. I wasn't. She knew I was a vegetarian in the past, but she still loved me and decided to, date me and all that and eventually marry me. And eventually we became vegan. And here I am running a vegan YouTube channel. So I'm saying is, if you think there's some compatibility there beyond your love interest, but as far as like, they understand what you're doing. They don't ridicule you for it. They don't think it's ridiculous. I say give it a shot, because love is precious. And I wouldn't want to throw away the love of my life because I had a difference of opinion on this very important thing, but a difference of opinion that, love is love. Go for it. Yeah, the world needs a lot more love for sure. Angie converted me to plants, but I tell you, I was already interested in it beforehand. Just I tried it, was living at home. My mom helped as much as she could, but there's only so much, support I could get, because she had to make food for her and my dad. So anyway, since I started living with Angie, as they said in Pulp Fiction, and my girlfriend's a vegetarian, which pretty much made me a vegetarian. So I was almost kind of vegetarian from the get-go. And after a while, I said, screw it, why am I still dabbling with eggs or cheese or whatever? Let's just go all vegan. This is ridiculous. Hutchie says to run. Don't get involved in the relationship. This is my opinion. I think if you love someone, give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, it won't work out. But at least try. Oh, that's sad to hear, AJ. You wish your late hubby had gone vegan. He was super supportive, though. Well, that's good. See, that's what I'm saying. If someone is super supportive, then by all means, date them, fall in love with them. And, that's great. That's the ideal situation if they're not vegan themselves. Yeah, at least as long as they're they're not anti-vegan. As long as they're at least, at worst, like neutral or ambivalent vegan. V. Jalen, if he isn't vegan, let that man go. Lynn has a non-vegan partner, and we try to compromise. They are very supportive. See, that's what I'm talking about. As long as someone wasn't ridiculing you, and I was never making fun of Angie when we first met for being vegetarian. Maybe I made a little joke here or there, but she knows I wasn't serious because she knew I tried vegetarian and I liked it, So, yeah, as long as they're not being jerks about it, give it a shot. Because as we see here, we have several examples, 2 examples here from AJ and Lynn where they have or had a non-vegan partner and it was working out. As long as the partner was at least on the not negative side. In their cases, they're fortunate they're on the supportive side, very supportive side. Bond, your ex was vegan. I learned to cook some good vegan meals for her. I still enjoy plant foods at times. Cool. So anyway, yeah, you're all going to have to make your own decisions. If you have that decision to make in your life, I can't tell you what to do, and I wouldn't want to tell you what to do. But yeah, some of us might find it hard. Me right now, a vegan of 12 years, if for some reason I wasn't married to Angie and I was single or whatever, and I were to, date someone who wasn't vegan, I can tell you right now, I would think it'd be pretty tough for me to sit down. How would I go on a date with them? Unless she was cool and only wanted to go to vegan restaurants with me, then that could work out. They're very supportive. I can't imagine going to a restaurant and sitting down with my lover and she's getting like a steak or something like that. I just have a hard time grasping that. But that's for you guys. I'm just saying me, 12-year vegan, it's tough for me to visualize something like that being in my life. But it's hard to visualize not being married. I love Angie. I'm cool being married. It's all good. Dana, yeah, I could do what Angie did to me. Make me closer and closer to vegan every day. Yeah, same here. My other is a non-vegan, but he gets closer every day. Yep, exactly. It can work out. Being cool to someone, being non-judgmental and giving them, showing them how damn delicious, being vegan is. That goes a long way, those things. Marshall Hensley. Oh yeah, the combine harvester argument. You just mowed 5 acres on a tractor. Rats ran off in all directions. That's what I say. Like, do people think rats are stupid? Like, have you ever been able to, out in the field, out in nature, walk up, to, even in a house, walk up to a rat? No, they have great sensory apparatus. They can see you, they can hear you, they can smell you. They're not just stupid. What's that big tractor combine harvester doing coming right at me? Should I just stay here and not move and maybe let it run me? No, that's not part of their decision making. They're gone. So yeah, thanks for debunking the combine harvester argument there, Marshall. I don't know how stupid people think rats and field animals are. They just think, wow, what is that thing coming from a not too far distance? Let me investigate. Like, said no animal ever. Lizzie going? Good night, Lizzie, if you're leaving us, Lizzie. Or Izzy. Izzy, I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic sometimes. Yeah, rats are smart. I mean, they might not beat a human in chess, but that doesn't, that's not the measure of all intelligence. Let's see, Farmed and Dangerous. It's funny because before Lynn G, who's here too, I was sure that veganism was all about eating salad and broccoli. Right. I had no idea that vegans were the biggest foodies. It doesn't suck being vegan. 100%. It doesn't suck being vegan. People who think, that vegans just eat birdseed and salad, they have no idea. They have no idea what they're talking about. I guess they've never really eaten with proper vegans before. It's just their fantasy. And there's nothing wrong with having some uninformed fantasy. I mean, that's what we all do when we try to imagine and visualize a situation that we don't really have complete information about. But yeah, we do eat salads as vegans, growing babies, and our salads are way better now than ever before, huh? Ooh, Vaughn's asked me, I think, a tough question. Let's check this out completely. Do I have more respect for non-vegans that outright say they know they are wrong for killing animals for food, but they live with cognitive dissonance instead of making up bad arguments? Well, I guess versus making up the bad arguments, I have no respect for that. So I guess in virtue of how much I dislike bad arguments, bad excuses, yeah, I guess by virtue of how much I dislike that, I guess I do respect the honest non-vegans. That's what my mom is. She's an honest non-vegan. She makes up weird excuses, not bad arguments. She'll just say things, well, I don't have Angie here to make me this stuff. I'm going, you could make it. That's why we gave you both of our books, the Happy Olive Vegan Cookbook, she has it, we gave it to her so she could try to make some of these things. They're not like, it's not like rocket science or anything like that, she can make this stuff. But anyway, yeah. That's what I mean. I respect people being honest. Like say someone like say Tim Sheaf, for instance, or Ravon. Any of these people like, well, I'm no longer vegan anymore. Miley Cyrus, all these people. They just said, hey, I was vegan, but I was doing some weird stuff too that I thought was going to be like really good for my health. I wanted shredded abs, so I fasted and I ate really weirdly, like raw and stuff like that. And, whatever, if they're honest about like what they did, instead of like throwing veganism as a whole under the bus, maybe they say, maybe I shouldn't have drank all that urine. Maybe I shouldn't have had raw food exclusively for 4 years and done, a bunch of fasting in between all that stuff too. If they're honest about that, I would respect even these people, these non-vegans more. I respect honesty. So I guess you're right about that, Bond, I respect honesty, and I just I don't know if disrespect, but I have disdain for people making up stupid nonsense. Thoughts on Paul Saladino? I think he's kind of a coward. I saw him try to offer a challenge to Dr. McDougall, who's like 75 years old or something, like really old dude. He's not fit. He tried to he challenged McDougall to some kind of Spartan race or something like that. I go, that's ridiculous. How come you're challenging a man who's like twice your age to like some thing that you're trained in? That's just such a cowardly move. So I said, all right, fair is fair. Saladino, I'm like 10 years older than. I said, hey, if you're going to challenge a 75-year-old man to Spartan challenge, I'll challenge a guy who's like 10, 20 years younger than me, because I'm 55, to play a game of basketball. That's how I feel about Saladin. If he thinks he's such a tough guy challenging a senior citizen a sport he's never done. And McDougal's never made it part of his thing. Hey, I'm the fit 75-year-old, like I'm like Jack LaLanne or something like that. No, but hey, take on me. I'm an old vegan. Hey, if Saladino thinks he's such a alpha male, take on an old vegan in basketball. Let's see how that goes. Fair enough. Woodleaf, sometimes it'd be like Tear Love from My Mind. Hey, do you know that song? We did a cover of a Black Tape for a Blue Curl song called Tear Love from My Mind. Let's see, what's this, Uncle? The animation movie, The Secret of NIMH. No, those rats knew they had to move their colony. No, I've never heard of that. McDougal 74. Okay, thanks. I knew he was around 75, so I was a year off. Yes, basketball game with Saladino. I challenged him that, not to be a dick. I just want to point out how ridiculous it was for Saladino, who's about like, what, 40 maybe? Challenge a guy like twice his age to a Spartan race? I mean, how cowardly is that? That's ridiculous. So yeah, I figured fair enough. I'll challenge, that's a 55-year-old, I'll challenge a 40 or 35-year-old dude like that, thinks he's alpha male to a game of basketball. Yeah, good point. I'm not sure how plant-based Arnold is. I think he understands the benefits of eating a lot of plants through your diet. To contrast that from how people in his weightlifting genre think that plants are feminizing and make you weak, and therefore you need to eat a bunch of dead animals to get your protein and all that stuff. And I think he's just saying, hey, plants are good, eat plants. But I don't think he was ever like plant-based or anything like that. I think he's very plant positive, plant friendly. But yeah, I think to call Arnold Schwarzenegger plant-based is it's just wrong. I mean, it's factually, technically wrong, not wrong like morally or something like that. Wood leaf. The wood hella comes into leaf. Oh man, let's see if I have a guitar in tune for that. Let me see. Now, I don't have any of my guitars tuned into DADGAD tuning, so I could play some of those old Love Spirals downward songs for you. I don't know why. I changed strings on my Ovation, which I use for most of the old Love Spirals downwards albums, and I had it tuned in DADGAD before, and I need to tune it back, because I like to jam in that alternate tune. You gonna be right back, sir? We'll be here still. Yeah, I've challenged Baker too to a basketball game before, when he was like mouthing off and stuff, and he just said, I'm just gonna I don't have time for that. I'm just gonna like break records on my like Peloton machine at home and stuff like that. Whatever, cool, just it's all good. I don't care. That's cool. I mean, that's not why I play basketball, to be a dick and challenge people. I just do it because I have fun. But I did throw it at Saladino because he's being such an a-hole to Dr. McDougal. What, Diana? Arnold is plant strong, you think? I'm having an off day. Yeah, he is definitely plant strong. He's strong on plants, huh? Let's see. Bond, you are considering going to a vegan lifestyle. I guess that's why I do come around these streams. Well, that and to joke around with folks with my sarcasm and country anyways. All cool, Bond. It's all good. Like I said, it's not a prerequisite to be vegan to watch our content. In fact, that's why we have our content, to reach people who are not vegan. So, that's why we're not dicks. That's why I tell people not to be a-holes to non-vegans. Unlike that, vegan YouTuber that I banned recently, he's a complete a-hole to non-vegans. Thinks most of them have lost the right to live and should be killed and stuff. Like, this is complete insanity. It's like, no. What's your goal? Is to like club someone over the head and beat them in some kind of debate or fight? Or do you want people to leave an interaction with a vegan activist such as me or any other vegan activist? Do you want them to leave with a positive feeling of that experience? Like, wow, veganism isn't weird and they're not judgmental a-holes, and yeah, it's cool. That's what you want. You don't want them to say, I'm never gonna go vegan for the rest of my life because that vegan activist is such an a-hole. Marilyn Jones, haven't seen me in so long. My skin looks amazing. Well, thank you. I haven't really done too much. It could be the lighting and stuff, but one thing I started doing a couple months ago was putting on in the morning a moisturizer. I know all these carnivore guys, oh, real men don't put on moisturizer. I put it on because it has broad spectrum SPF, because I saw some photo evidence, and also just from one of Dr. Bellardo's podcasts. I know she's a cardiologist, but she had a dermatologist on and said, like, studies have shown, like, the number one, like, hack for like over to look younger over a year's time was SPF protection on the face. They're better than any diet, REM change, or supplement, or anything. It's just protecting your the skin on your face and your neck from UVA and B rays. So I started doing that a few months ago. So I'm still not going to be vitamin D deficient. She said just blocking your face, it still gets absorbed all throughout your body, goes through the sun's rays, go through your clothes. Just a little bit on my face to help moisturize the skin and try to not have a totally old wrinkled face. Considering I do a lot of stuff in the sun, I like to run, I like to surf, so I'm trying to protect myself. I might get more sun exposure than an average, American does. I probably do. Thanks, Hutchie. I mean, it's funny how a lot of the anti-vegans say, "Oh man, you look like you're 75." Like, really, I look like Dr. McDougall. They probably say like he's 100 because he's vegan. Really, I look like I'm like Donald Trump's age or something like that, older than Piers Morgan. Really, wow. Anyway, well, thank you. Trip, why so many mouth sounds? I don't know. I just do that. I don't know. I have a really good mic. It's it's a kind of expensive condenser mic. It's used in like professional voiceover work and recording, so it's more sensitive than the Shure SM7s that you see like pretty much every podcaster in the world use these days. Those are dynamic microphones, less sensitive. And I just think I just have weird sounds in my throat. So I just just who I am. I don't think it means veganism debunked or anything. So anyway. So yeah, better mic? No, it is a better mic. I think that is the problem. Bond, yeah, I did make an HHV Discord, but that's not really a platform I enjoy or even understand all that much. So it's just kind of sitting there doing nothing. What's that, John? Yeah, you're non-vegan, but I think most of the negative vegan tropes and stereotyping coming from internet memes and pop culture rather than actual vegans. Wait, I'm trying to understand. Most of the negative vegan tropes and stereotyping come from internet memes rather than the actual vegans. Yeah, true. Yeah, just someone will say something, make some stupid meme, and people repeat it, and once something gets repeated enough, people think, oh, it must be true. Yeah, vegans turn men into women, or whatever things people say. Vegan diets will age you rapid, or whatever nonsense. Things are not based in any reality, just stupid stuff. This is how misinformation spreads, whether it's about veganism or what have you. Yeah, just dumb stuff that gets propagated through the internet. And it's been shown that misinformation spreads quicker than actual true facts, and it's much harder to like rebut. You can say something totally full of crap in like 5 seconds, but it might take me 5 minutes to explain why that statement was complete nonsense. So we have our work cut out for us. Let's see, Corvid Moon. Joe is younger than 60? You're talking about Joe Rogan? Yeah, Joe Rogan's my age. We were born 10 days apart in 1967. Woodleaf, what was your life like when I wrote the LSD albums? Well, I was a lot younger. What was I like in my most of them? I think I wrote in my late 20s, mid-late 20s, something like that. I wasn't living fully on my own. I was by the time I wrote the last 2 or 3 albums. The first 2 I kind of wrote while living at my folks' house still. But I needed to. I needed a place where I couldn't afford to get my own place where I could have my studio, because I was already buying studio gear then, my recording deck, my mixer, my guitars and stuff like that. So I was fortunate enough to eke out a room that my parents didn't need. But eventually, I moved out with Suzanne, the vocalist, and we recorded the half of the second album, Ardor, and the rest of albums, Ever and Flux, all in our various apartments between like San Francisco and Los Angeles. So a lot A lot of ardor was written in San Francisco. Talking about San Francisco earlier, how much I enjoy that city. Marilyn, what am I eating these days? Back when I used to watch you, I'd go to Whole Foods and buy boxes of blemished bananas. Yeah, they don't have those anymore, as far as I know. But I still buy bananas, but I don't buy boxes anymore. Now my smoothies are more reasonable. Like my smoothie this morning had 6 bananas, as opposed to back in the day I'd put in like 10 bananas. I don't know what's up with that. I just don't find I need to eat as much. But I weighed less back then, but I think I was just like running way too much. But yeah, we eat pretty much the same whole food plants, and still love fruit. I'm not a fruitarian or anything like that, but I still love bananas, and I still love all my grains and legumes and greens and potatoes. Same kind of thing we've been eating for like the past 5 years. It hasn't changed all that much. Yeah, Corvid Moon. Yeah, Joe Rogan and I are pretty much the same age, born 10 days apart. I'm a July, this 1967 person. He's an August 1967 birth. Farmed and dangerous. I'm a dermatologist's best friend. I guess I could be more vigilant, but I figured now that I'm getting back into surfing a little bit more, I really want to protect my skin more with the latest technology. So I'm glad they have good water resistant, sunblocks I could put on that'll last an entire session before needing to reapply. But I just get out of the water and go home because I'm tired by then. The dermatologist loves you. Yeah, Sarah, I think I remember you talking about you've been pretty diligent, blocking the UV rays from hitting your skin. Yeah, Bond. Yeah, Sfarage, one of the biggest anti-vegans. Mind was blown that I'm the main dude of the band of one of the bands he likes. I don't know if he liked all the stuff. He just seemed to like just one song. He was just focusing on this one song that wasn't even part of our core albums. It was something that we put on a reissue later on, like in the past decade or so of one of my old albums. We found some tracks that were pretty much finished but didn't make the final album cut, so we include them bonus tracks. That's what they're called. So he was all obsessed with this one bonus track, but that's cool. So it's funny to see weird reactions like that. Woodleaf, you love those albums since 2007 when you were in high school. Oh, so you discovered us kind of late. Cool. Yeah, you should check out our new stuff. Have you seen any of the Love Spirals videos? Let's see. Let me give you a link to our Bandcamp. You can check out some of our stuff. Actually, I'll just find you a video. Hang on one second. Browse web. Let me go to, let's see, YouTube. Actually, I can just go to our channel. We're still making stuff. Actually, we just made a song that sounded very old school. Let me show you Love Spirals The Call. The video is not our most pro video or anything like that, just something we assembled together using old footage we had. But I think you might like the song. It kind of harkens back to something off maybe Ardor or something like that. So I'll play a little bit of it. I didn't start right on the beat here. All right, here we go. I'll just play a little bit of it. Don't worry. I'll paste the link down below too. Okay, well, that's part of it. To show you that we're still making some shoegazery kind of stuff. It's I consider ourselves a little bit more shoegazery than goth. The label kind of consider all the stuff on their label to be goth. I kind of consider myself maybe goth tangent or something like that. But that being said, I'm thinking about the live stream, the Friday live stream before Halloween, which is on a Monday. I might tease my hair up like Robert Smith or Robin Guthrie of the Cocteau Twins, just for old time's sake. Just why not? Why not have some fun? Oh yeah, I'm a big Slow Dive fan. Regenerative Designs, yeah, full on, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Souvlaki, when that album came out, totally blew my mind. And I really like Pygmalion, their last album. That I was totally into, like the first Mojave 3 album, like Mercy, you know. But yeah, I'm a huge fan. Yeah, Cocteau Twins, Sarah knows I'm a huge fan of their the era around Love's Easy Tears, Victorialand, you know, Bluebell Knoll. Yeah, that was a good era for the Cocteau Twins. I saw Slow Dive once, you know. Saw them when I was living in San Francisco, actually. They played at a place called Slim's. I think it was in South of Market. Anyway, I saw them, and we even got backstage. I think somehow because of our music biz connections back then. Didn't really hang out or party with them, but they seemed really chill, really cool. But I didn't really like become their buddies or anything like that. Cool, Hutchie, you subscribe to our Love Spirals channel? Awesome. Sarah, Sisters of Mercy, hell yeah. I was never a big fan of them or The Mission, but yeah, I've listened to them a lot back in the day. Oh, you know Slim's too, yeah. I think only been there a couple times. I remember that show was amazing, the Slow Dive at Slim's. I think Slim's is gone now, if I remember right. Yeah, non-available. Yeah, our Spiral tunes. Speaking of Love Spirals, that's probably going to be our next release. I went back and found like 3 cool songs from the Love Spirals Downwards past of mine and remade them basically. And so we're working on that right now. Hopefully we'll have that out pretty soon. Yeah, Slim's did close. Yeah, that's how time is, huh? Things come and go. What's the best music songs to make love by? I'll tell you. If you like chill, atmospheric, deep house music, Google. Here, let me see what I can find here. 1 second here. Blue. Let me see what I can find here. Oh, okay. Let me see if this is really it here. Okay, let's check out this album. I don't want to play too much because I'll get demonetized. But let me pull it up here. Oh, it's up here. All right, this album. Let me paste the link here. Let's see if this is really it. It seems like someone has the whole album up here. Yeah. All right, I don't play too much. You haven't heard the beautiful vocals. I was randomly just finding a bunch of instrumental bits, but I don't want to play too much because I'll have trouble with this, with them flagging this whole live stream. But anyway, check this out. It's this album, yeah. The band is Blue Six, no Aces, complete just dreamy, love-making music. Check it out, seriously. A lot of babies, I'm sure, have been made to that album. And I'm surprised it's fully on YouTube. This is totally illegal. It shouldn't be up there. It's just something, you know, this is probably, it'll get taken down at some point. Typo negative, wow. I would have never considered. I'm not too familiar with this stuff, but it doesn't sound like baby making music. Yeah, Portishead's chill, but this is even chiller and more smooth. Portishead has a lot of scary edge, which is cool. I like music like that, but yeah, making love. Oh yeah, Krungbin. I love Krungbin. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm driving to go surfing, I'll just play some Krungbin to kind of get in that longboard vibe mood. Yeah, the guy's a really good guitar player too. Yeah. I haven't been listening too much lately. I was really into him when I discovered him maybe like 3-4 years ago or something like that. But yeah, they got a good sound going on. She's such a nice, sweet bass player. I love the drummer. Super chill, keeps a tight, solid beat. And the guitarist is super creative. Let's see. So how are we doing here? Wow, 2.5 hours. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm still... You know, I live streamed the song tonight because I thought it was pretty chill. I got some, I had some bad sleep last night, so I'm proud of myself for not pooping out. Okay, thanks for letting me know. There's a really good Krungbin live performance on the BBC on YouTube that was filmed recently. Cool. I really like that tiny desk concert, similar to like filming in BBC, but not. But yeah, it was cool. No, I'll check this out. Yeah, I will look for that. I haven't seen that one come up in my suggestions. I guess I haven't been listening too much lately. You're fading too, Sarah. It's not just me. Cool. Yeah, sometimes I do feel like an old vegan, but I had crap sleep. Oh, not crap, but less than great. Yeah, I don't know what's for dinner. Yeah, I told we had Veggie Grill, Moss Veggies, their little sub restaurant there, their secondary restaurant. So I'm not sure. Maybe we'll make the Tuscan kale pilaf. That first meal in the Happy Healthy Vegan cookbook. It's just a good go-to meal. It's easy to make. We just throw all the ingredients in, put it in the the rice cooker thing called? The steamer, whatever that thing's called, the pressure cooker, and it cooks right up in like less than half an hour. Oh yeah, I love David Gilmour for sure. Yeah, I love I love Pink Floyd. I'm more of a David Gilmour person than a Roger Waters person. But yeah, Wish You Were Here. That's one of my favorite recorded works of music of all time. Seriously, it's like in my top 5 albums. That thing totally like influenced how I make music for sure. Yeah, I'm a huge David Gilmour fan. Just huge fan of just like the production of their albums too. Instapot. Yes, that's what I got there, Bill. What to make an Instapot? Well, we make the Tuscan kale pilaf in the Instapot all the time. Oh man, you saw Pink Floyd do The Wall in 1980, and I think I had an opportunity to see that and I didn't. I guess because I wasn't a huge fan of The Wall. You guys know it's kind of a challenging album if you ever heard it. Like Roger Waters is kind of going really out there on a lot of the songs, very maybe overly conceptual. I think he's a brilliant artist when his conceptual art ideas are balanced by like what Dave brings to the table. I think like Wish You Were Here, Dark Side of the Moon, the perfect balance of all that, those are 2 near flawless records. The Wall has some really, really good songs though, but you have to like skip through it a little bit. But it's a good album. Not a big fan of ska, John. Yeah, not really the kind of genre or thing, the kind of smooth sound that springs to my... Division Bell by Pink Floyd, another amazing album there. That might be their best. I would go on the record, say that's the best post-breakup album that Pink Floyd made, breaking up with Roger Waters. Yeah, that's a lovely album. What's Uncle doing? You're going to have some veggie tempura and avocado rolls tomorrow. Why wait till tomorrow? Have it now, Uncle. No, just kidding. And completely remixed Animals. Yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings about remixed albums because they're it's not just remastered. Remastered means you can change only so much. Like the songs are mixed, but you can like compress it, EQ it, sweeten it up. But remix means you're really just pulling up the original tapes and mixing it again. And I have some issues with that. But as long as you understand it's a remix, and that's cool. But yeah. I'm more into remastering than remixes because I feel really there's something sacred about a lot of these like great works of art, and the way they're mixed is you should commit to the decisions for all the flaws and all the beautiful goodnesses of it. That's it, and sweeten it up with a remaster. Yeah, Sid. Yeah, Sid Barrett's wife, Pink Floyd, even exists. And yeah, sounds like LSD, from what I understand, triggered or worsened a kind of already pre-existing predisposition to like schizophrenia, and it just didn't mix right for him. Oh, Farmed and Dangerous. Yeah, don't tell me about that 94 Pink Floyd tour because I could have gone to see them. That's the Division Bell tour, right? I remember when it was happening. I was driving on the freeway. I saw the lights shooting out of the Oakland Coliseum, and it's like, why was I being so... I'm too cool for Pink Floyd in that phase of my life right then. I have some regrets in life. Not too many, and that's one of them. I didn't see Pink Floyd on the Division Bell tour. It was all right there. I could have totally done it. Maybe it sold out and I couldn't have got it. Maybe so I can tell myself that, but I should have tried. Wow, you saw Led Zepp at the Nebworth Festival? Wow, that's an infamous show. Wow. The Fix. No, I remember the name, like an 80s band. I don't remember too much about them. Row 1, seat 9 though? How'd you get those tickets, man? Did you have to like sell any body parts or pay like $1,000? I mean, that'd be cheap today. Okay, you heard that remix. You heard it, and they did an amazing job. Better bass, tighter, impactful drums, and the floor toms sound like floor toms. Yeah, you said it was animals, right? And sonically, I can understand. Me being like an audiophile of sorts, even though animals came after, like, say, Wish You Were Here, it doesn't sound as good. It wasn't mixed as well, and I know why, because they did like Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here in Abbey Road, and with all their great gear there, and Animals was recorded in their own studio, like in a corner of their warehouse. I'm sure they soundproofed it and did all they could and made rooms and stuff like that, but it wasn't a professional full-time studio. They didn't have the benefits of Abbey Road. They had issues, so I understand why a remix of that album might be more justified than, say, a remix of like Dark Side. So yeah, maybe I should check it out. It actually might be pleasantly surprising to hear a remix of Animals, Pink Floyd Animals. Let's see. Regenerative designs. I'm not an expert with in-ear monitors. In fact, that's kind of a newer invention. Back in my day, they didn't have in-ear monitors, and we just used the floor monitors at wherever we're playing at. But as far as outdoor exercise, I want to check out the Apple AirPods. Angie has a pair of those. And those are cool because they have noise canceling. I just have the original AirPods, and they're kind of sucky because you still hear all the traffic and weird noises from the ambient environment. So I think she's going to get an AirPods 2, and I'll get her old AirPods Pro. She's going to get AirPods Pro 2, and I'll get her old AirPods. So I can tell you, I'll be able to tell you later on, maybe in a month or two, when we ever make that happen, what my thoughts are. But yeah, I can't give you any recommendations right now. John, you will check out Love Spirals, love the atmospheric sound. Or yeah, check out on the Happy Healthy Vegan channel. I think just last week we put out a new song of ours. We put it out there before the Love Spirals channel, so check that out. It's called My Lonely Sunset. It's got some beautiful vocals, and I think we broke some new ground for us on that song. Hey, Hippieista, thanks. And Dan Abanas, Hippieista. Saw Stevie Nicks fall off stage in 1980s. Oh my goodness. Wow, was it like just a honest accident, or was she like on too many weird drugs? I know she had some problems, like weird prescription drugs that she didn't want to get hooked on, but she did. Dana, thanks for the super chat. Loving the music talk this Friday. So glad you're off work. Yeah, I like talking about music. Yeah, especially at the end of of episodes like this, So rather than at the beginning. So I guess since we're talking about music, I'll quickly go to Happy Healthy Vegan and play a tiny bit of Lonely Sunset, and I'll put the link up there too. It's our latest release, just came out September 16th. It's a song we've been working on for a long time. There's a weird story to it, but we finally finished it up. Oh, what happened to the... Okay, there we go. I'll paste the link right now. Can't spell... Wow, Sarah, that's awesome. Anyway, oops, what am I doing? I hit the wrong button. I was trying to pause as alright, hope I didn't mess up our live stream. Anyways, You're a wildie back then, huh? That's cool. That's a great story to tell. I don't think I ever signed anyone's boob. I'm trying to think. Well, I kind of did. Maybe it went back in the 90s when I used to like help make some day glow paint rooms at some of the raves, the early raves, before they were even called that. They didn't even have a name. But anyway, yeah, me and one of my artist buddies, the guy that did a lot of our album cover art photos. Anyway, we used to do day glow paint rooms, and I think I do remember signing a couple boobs, not signing, but painting on, not on any fully exposed ones, but out, pretty much. But yeah, that was a long time ago. Bill, you've been about 600 concerts, man. How are your ears? Oh, that's cool. You had a Sharpie with you ready to go. Angie, I hear her out there. She's either watching something on TV or playing a video game. I can't tell. Yeah, John. Yeah, our song we just played there. Yeah. Very relaxing drive or a bus ride through the city with that song. See, I want to emphasize, I'm not just like thinking about veganism, activism all the time. I'm a vegan activist, but I've been, making music before I even heard the word vegan. I've been making music. I started playing guitar in the 1970s, made my first, released my first album on a label in 1990. Came out late 1991. So that's, music's been a part of my life and it continues to be a huge part of my life. So yeah, this is what we do. We make happy, healthy, vegan content. I'm working on music all the time. We're just a little creative organism here of sorts, me and Angie. Yeah, poor Bill. He can't hear anything after 600 concerts. I feel your pain. After a while, I started bringing earplugs to the raves just because, sitting in the Dago paint room for so many hours, all the booming bass isn't good for your ears. Yeah, fortunately, I have a pretty nice pair of earplugs. They're custom fitted, so I bring them out with me anytime I go see a band, just in case. Even if the band's supposedly a quiet one, you never know if they're going to get crazy on a song or if there's an opening act, what that might be like. So yeah, protect your ears, guys. Let's see, what's that, Uncle? Angie's sister's wedding reception was across the walkway from a Fleetwood Mac concert. I kept standing by the door they left open for ventilation and listened to them. Really, let me think of the weddings here. Wow, I can't remember where a concert would have been at either of her sister's weddings. Yeah, one was at in Torrance. Another one was in Huntington. Which one was the Fleetwood Mac concert at? All right, Corbett, I'm going to head out soon too, actually. I don't know if I'm going to head out, but yeah, I'm getting hungry. I am hungry, so I got to start thinking of dinner too, especially if dinner's going to take us like half an hour to make, so it's going to be at least like till 9:15 until some food hits my bod. Veganese, people still say you look like Stevie Nicks. Awesome. I had a huge crush on her, man. When I bought the Rumors album in 4th grade, I was so in love with her. I still am. When I saw Fleetwood Mac play, like, what was it? When they went on tour without Lindsay, like, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago? I was still like, it's a different kind of awe, but I was still just wowed by her presence. And she's just like she's just, I don't know, something about her. I don't know how to describe it. But pure Botox, I'm a long-term high-raw vegan, so I look like her younger version. Awesome. Marshall, you had a dream about Ryan and Angie, and it quickly became an apocalyptic nightmare. Like, whoa, how can you dream about us and have it turn into something like that? Shekel or Hyde, you got the Love Spiral's Life Goes On album. It's great. Thank you. That was a big labor of love. That took a long time for us to complete. But yeah, that was something I really wanted to kind of go back into my my Love Spirals Downwards past a little bit, just try to make an album that I would have made back then, but my gear sucked, and I always kind of cringe when I hear my old music, guys. I really do. When I hear the Love Spirals Downwards stuff from the 90s, like, oh God. I mean, I'm proud of what I did. It's cool, but I just kind of cringe. It could have just sounded so much better if I had more cash, to invest into the production and to the gear. And I have the gear now, and I can make things sound the way I wanted to. Yeah, they have so many good albums, Veganese. Every album they did has amazing songs. But yeah, Rumors has great songs. Just their album before that, Fleetwood Mac, has great songs. You know, like Landslide, Crystal. That's one of my favorite all-time Fleetwood Mac songs. Crystal on the album Fleetwood Mac. Check it out. It's a song that Stevie wrote, but Lindsay sings, and it's just gorgeous. I wish I wrote that song. There's songs on Tusk. Tusk is another hard album to listen to, kind of like Dark Side of the Moon. Not kind of like The Wall. There's a lot of weird songs on there. Some you want to skip through, but there's some beautiful songs on Tusk, like Beautiful Child is the first one that comes to my mind right now. It's a beautiful Stevie Nicks song. Her voice it might be her most beautifully recorded song ever, possibly. It's up there. There's a couple other songs I'm thinking of right now. Oh man, I'm having trouble getting the titles in my head right now. But anyway, you probably didn't come here to get all these song recommendations. Let's see, not available. Ryan, I'm then... You're in competition with Captain Jean-Luc Picard on your crushes for Stevie Nicks. All right, guys, I probably should get going. Bill, you didn't like Fleetwood Mac in the 70s. You love them now. Yeah, they're kind of very commercialized. They're like the big thing, you know, and their big hits aren't necessarily the big songs, their best songs. That's true for most bands, you know, but Dreams, that was a huge hit, and arguably that's, you know, the best Stevie song, Stevie Lindsay collaboration song ever. But anyway, guys, I should get going. You're all prog and metal. See, that's what happens. Yeah, we think we're too cool for something. Then we get older and realize, wow, there's some good songs that I just didn't encounter in the past. And, you know, I was doing that for a long time. And like the past, like, you know, from 2010 to 2017, just trying to discover all these old songs that I just didn't encounter or appreciate until later on in life, like now. But now I've been just finding so much good Korean music, so I haven't been listening to much old, like, American or British music. So anyway, guys, thanks for a really peaceful, nice live stream compared to last week's live stream, which was a little much, huh? I think that's what Sarah said, huh? It was a little much. So anyway, I tried to, just not let that happen again. I banned the person who was responsible for blowing all the crap up, the vegan YouTuber who'll go nameless. So that has been handled. And God, almost 3-hour live stream. You're right, Dr. Bear. Holy moly. I didn't mean to do that again. You guys are just keeping me on it. I guess because compared to last week, everything's so relatively peaceful and chill and nice that, you know, I'm ignoring my hunger and just feeling the good vibes from you guys. So, Bill, no, don't watch last week's show. I mean, it's up there. Someone threatened you're going to take this down. Like, no, I'm not embarrassed by anything I said, really. I mean, maybe I got a little emotional here and there. You know, I could have kept it a little more chill, but you know, I'm a human. You know. Anyway, guys, what's that, Dr. Brown? Almost through our live stream. I've been in and out eating dinner and getting work done. Now that the scooter started, I can't always spend 3 hours with you. I apologize if I'm making it like, you know, these live streams too long, but it's not my intention. I try to keep them at 2, but I guess since you guys got me on talking about music tonight, I could talk about music all day since, you know, I'm a musician and a music lover as well. So that's what happened tonight. I'm glad we're not here for a long time because of something bad like last week. It wasn't really bad, just annoying, you know, just having all that nonsense. So anyway, guys, yeah, thanks so much. Thanks for being here with me on Friday. Thank you for being my support, my mental health support here. I just love chatting with you guys about all things vegan and then some things non-vegan, like music and stuff like that. Hey, we're human, right? We're balanced people. We all just can't be, you know, like, you know, activism all the time. You know, we like music too, and some of us make music too, like myself. So it's natural to want to talk about that. Things and good to see people who haven't been here for a few weeks, like Lynn and Farmed and Dangerous. You know, I know, you know, not everyone can be at every live stream. I get that. I almost had trouble getting to this one. I got home maybe like 45 minutes before this live stream began, so I had to get ready really quickly. I had stuff to do. I had to meet my new niece today for the first time. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. And I think I have some video ideas for next week. Angie's editing a new vlog, another chill vlog for you guys to see us eating some cool food in a cool location. So you'll see that next week. She was thinking about making that a members only vlog, but I watched, I go, that's just release it for everyone. What the hell? Why not? And I have something I'm working on too. But if you guys know of anything I need to see right away, like another sort of like Neil deGrasse Tyson fiasco, let me know. Contact me on Twitter or Instagram or Happy Healthy Vegan on Facebook or Instagram. Just let us know. And that's how we heard about the Neil deGrasse Tyson situation. Someone wrote us on Instagram or Facebook, wrote it to Angie, and she forwarded it to me. So all ways of communicating to us will reach us one way or another, guys. So again, thanks everyone. Thanks, Uncle, for being our lone moderator tonight. You know, I appreciate it. What's that, Ben? Yeah, Peter's not here tonight. I haven't seen Tracy. And thanks to all our happy fam. And thanks for, if you guys didn't see it, we did a members only live stream, me and Angie, 3-4 days ago. So if you didn't see that, you can watch it after the fact. It won't be live, but you get to see Angie for like 2 hours. You guys kept Angie here 2 hours because you guys were so nice and cool. She's out there listening right now. Oh wow, non-available. Thank you for the last second super chat tip there. Thank you, Goal. Thank you so much. Much apprecited. Yeah, I would take it out and buy some dinner with it, but like I said, we already had lunch out today after we met our newborn niece. We got some veggie grill and moss veggies, so we will probably just make something chill at home tonight. But thank you, Tuscan. I told him it's probably gonna be the Tuscan Pale. We're on the same wavelength. We have. Get the ingredients out. We have the same brain.
You're almost done too.
We share the same brain cell. So thanks so much for all the super chat tips, guys. Thanks so much, and just thanks for being our loyal fans and appreciating what we do. I can't tell you how I really appreciate you guys appreciating us. True. All right, guys. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next week. I'm not sure, again, what the schedule is going to be like. Will there be a midweek live stream? But yeah, expect at least 1 or 2 videos, and I'll see you guys back here next Friday. I won't have my hair teased up like The Cure yet. It's still too early in October, but I'll think about it for the end of the month. Where's that vegan cookbook? It's right here, Uncle Walt. Happy Halloween cookbook. I'll just give you a quick shot. Here's what we're having tonight. Tuscan kale pilaf right here, like first page, first recipe. All right, guys. Thanks, guys. All right, so I'm really going to go this time, so much love to y'all, and remember, it doesn't suck being vegan. Bye, guys.